Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get the ball rolling, because that's what everybody's waiting for. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newsroom, and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report, brought to you by Starbucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what the situation is and or routine. 5 videos that will make up our broadcast, all brought to us by Burnell. No chewing the fat with GTG today. It will come back eventually. As far as I can tell, we're about halfway through the month, give or take. So the target for basically being caught up in some before the end of April at the very least, but certainly within April, look like it's still on track. So that is a thing, and that's pretty much it. Real quick though, actually. Some people have been inquiring, what is the Fight Club channel? It's Golden Triangle Gaming 2nd edition. We never ended up adding the Fight Club portion to the end of that. At least not yet. We will eventually, but that's all that is. So if you ever hear me mention the 2nd channel or the Fight Club channel, it's one and the same. I do all of the lore stuff over there. So there you go. For some of you who have been inquiring about it in the comment section, hopefully someone has answered you back at this point. But if they haven't, then yet again, I'll take the blame for that. My apologies. And I'm just letting you guys know right now. Okay, cool. Also, no, I'll wait till we get towards the end of the month, and then we'll let you know what goes on with the April broadcasts, if you will, because as you see, each and every month we add a little bit more, and we're tweaking stuff, so it's all just something slowly but surely coming together. But so that's a thing. Also, that's it actually. Sorry, I won't even hold you guys up any longer. That's the situation. And let's go ahead and get to it. Hopefully we can help you start your day, end your day, or get through your day in a way that is compatible or whatnot. I'm just trying to be helpful, I suppose. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News, always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG networking production. You guys all know the slogan. I don't smell no bacon cooking. Oh yeah. But it's time, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to watch me work. See you guys in a second.
How to play the game!
Warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are on YouTube.
Alright, I kind of missed my cue there, but my bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the first of 5 videos that will make up our broadcast, brought to us by Burnell, DSP. First video, I need help in Ghosts and Goblins, destroyed in Call of Gouty, and very irritable for, hold on a second. Very irritable for the measly $25. Oh my, I thought he was grateful for every little thing he gets. I guess that's a lie. This video was published on March 17th of 2021, our year of Greece. The link, ladies and gentlemen, will be down in the description. A measly 25 bucks. Yikes, Phil. They're trying. Stimulus checks haven't come out yet. So you got to calm down, buddy. You got to calm down. I mean, disability checks I think are out by now, but not the stimulants. Here we go.
Here, you missed out on a lot. So here's what happened all at once. I'm getting my ass beat by this fucking game. I'm frustrated to shit. I'm tired. I can't get past this part of the game. At the same time that happened, stream elements went down, so I couldn't track anyone's contributions at all, and half the shit wasn't working on the stream. Then on top of that, some motherfucker charged me back a bunch of stuff on PayPal. I'm like, oh my god. I like exploded with anger and frustration. I had to go on a break. Okay.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't cheated and watched someone else's playthrough of Ghosts and Goblins yet. I'm really surprised he hasn't done that. Or at least up to this particular point, I should say. In my current timeline, he may have, but at least according to what we're seeing, it doesn't seem like he has just yet. But he will, though. He will.
God, he's drinking gin.
The good news is we have over an hour left on the stream, okay? And I'm now going to try to recommit myself to beating this part of the stage, alright? I'm legit going to try hard now. I think I've gotten all the bugs and kinks fucking worked out here. And I think I can focus on the stream and try to win. I immediately got hit by a motherfucking fox piece of shit. So someone actually wrote me an email to try to help, and they said only those foxes that bounce high leave the flame pools.
There's no more blind playthroughs. Like, yes, I'll play a game for the first time ever, but there's going to be people telling me about the game. There's going to be interactivity. It has to happen. I'm an interactive live streamer.
They said the low bouncing foxes...
I remember when he did that, and I thought that was the most pathetic thing I ever heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be wrong. Like, well, let's rewind. Let's restart this, actually. As it pertains to people who stream games, the general consensus amongst the majority of variety streamers, in air quotes, is that they don't like or they don't want backseat. That you don't want someone backseat like a backseat driver, right? No one really likes that shit. It's obnoxious. It's kind of annoying, unless the streamer, you know, actually asks for help. Then there's no need to be sitting there and doing all of that in the chat. Now, granted, as someone who is, for example, I'm a big fan of Games for Kicks, right? And he's playing a lot of other games besides 7 Days to Die. Like, he actually plays a variety of games. And he's not the biggest fan of people doing that, but he kind of tolerates it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of times when I'm in his chat that I want to say something for a game that I've already played, but then at the same time, I don't want to ruin the experience for him. And not just for him, but people in the chat as well. It doesn't mean that you have to be as considerate. You know what I'm saying? People will do what they want because people get very frustrated very, very quickly. Patience is running very low for a lot of people these days. But for someone who does this for a living, right? Because Games for Kicks doesn't do this for a living, for example. Phil says this is his craft, this is his work of art, this is what he's good at, this is what he's done for 12 years. The fact that you need to be handheld is terrible. It's terrible, and it's actually pathetic too, because the games are too fucking hard, and you're basically conceding to the fact that you're too stupid and you're too lazy to try to figure out anything for yourself. That's essentially what you're saying. That's why Street Fighter V doesn't exist. Because he's too lazy and he's too stupid to sit there and try to learn something new. And why? Because for whatever reason, he thought that Street Fighter V was going to be the second coming of Super Turbo. Matter of fact, we're not there yet, but I know I've watched it before. He said that he's hoping that Street Fighter 6 will have elements of Super Turbo. Why would they go back 25 goddamn years when there are multiple versions of Super Turbo out there? And the one that is considered by most to be the most relevant version is over there on Fightcade, and he won't even play that. And he comes up with all these different reasons and excuses. Matter of fact, I know we're not there yet, but someone called him out and said, hey, you can actually connect your arcade stick to your computer and play Fightcade. No, I can't. I don't have the right attachment for it. He looks down and he's like, oh shit, I do have the right attachment for it. And then he came up with a whole nother plethora of excuses of why he couldn't do it. So it just gives you an idea of how incompetent this idiot is. But yet he feels the need to be compensated day in, day out for what he does. You know what I'm saying? He's like a waiter. He's like a bartender. And if he's presenting you guys with a good product and or providing you guys with a good service, you guys should compensate him. Well, here's the thing. If you have to hoof hold him through an entire goddamn playthrough, what prevents you from playing the game yourself? He's not going to end up taking anything from it. He's not trying to grow or expand. So then what's the point of it then? Him saying that blind playthroughs are over with was the dumbest thing he ever did. At that point, not that he was much of a Let's Player or gamer or anything like that before that moment, but after that moment, I was like, yeah, you're you're fucking useless. He is exactly what other people were saying he was back in like 2014, 2015. That if people like him are allowed to continue to persist in the Let's Play community or in the gaming community, it's going to falter. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, on top of the whole pedo shit and all that extra nonsense that came about later on. Not actually pertaining to him per se, I mean to other gamers in the gaming community. But I guess every community has its flaws. Make of that what you will.
Never leave a flame pool. And that's one of the tricks you need to know about this, is that the little ones you don't have to worry about running into a fire. It's only the giant bouncers. So if you see a giant bounce coming in, you know there may be a flame pool coming. Okay. Thank you to everyone who tries to help me with this, I appreciate it. This game is so fucking tough, you know. I need help. I absolutely need fucking help.
One more to go. Hit him. Almost got him. Oh. I got him. I did it.
I have to give him, and this is something that I'm not very good at doing, I have to give him some credit because there were at least 2 instances where theoretically he should have got hit. He should have gotten hit. But, I mean, for whatever reason, I could be a bitch about it like he is and say, frame drops or some type of end-game lag or whatever other mysterious excuse that I need to come up to hold on to what little pride that I have. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna give him that. But there were 2 pretty close calls. I'll try to be generous about it and say he had two close calls there, but he triumphed for whatever that's worth.
I did it! Nice! Look how fast I beat it, dude! Woohoo! Holy shit! That was what, like 3rd try? Not bad. You know what it is? That ability is great. That fucking magic. The doppelganger's outstanding because you're invincible.
262. 262. Oh my god. Holy Christ. Okay, so 262. The last time we looked at this, let me go back. Let me dig back into my notes here. Let's see here. 260. You see how fast I beat that, guys? Okay. 262. What did you have? How many deaths did you have before that? Let's see. He had 77 on... He had 77 deaths on the second half of stage 1, side B. How many did you have before that? You had... Am I missing it? Huh. Give me just a second. I'm sorry. Let's see here. No, it was all in this. No, I'm going back too far. Let's see here. I thought it was like 200. I thought it was like 211 deaths or something that he had in the first part of stage 1. Something crazy like that. I'll look it up. I'll re-look it up later. But if you went ahead and took the death tally, he's easily like closing in on 600 deaths at this particular point. So he's there's nothing quick about anything, to be honest. Holy shit. But I assume if everybody, you know, thought of you as a loser, whatever win you can get is whatever win you can get. God damn, Phil. Why do you put yourself through this? Just play Dark Souls all day or some shit. God damn. You're slowly but surely losing all of the aspects, all of the criterias, if you will, or tomes, if you... tomes, I think, are probably more suitable, that classify you as a gamer. As a serious gamer, I should say. Because remember, Phil's been doing this for 12 plus years, and he deserves to be taken seriously. And whatever criticisms that he has of any game should be listened to and taken with a level of credibility. It should there is some credentials behind it. Merit, if you will. Sure.
And then you get extra hits after the invincibility. That was awesome. Damn.
Oh my god, he's drinking big baloney dicks.
And then he's sitting here pig-splaining it like he figured out all of that on his own. He just told us that someone else told him what that was. But he's sitting here making it sound like that, oh, I just came up off the top with it. I figured it out through my trials and errors, guys. You see how I'm growing as a gamer? I'm so much more mature now. Wow.
Oh my god, why is this spawning like this, you stupid fucking game? Fix this. Yo, fix the spawns. That's 3 deaths in a row I can't do anything about because they're spawning the enemies right there. Fucking dumb fucking game, dumb Treyarch motherfuckers. Fix your dumb shit.
There's the salt. The delicious salt.
But what is he talking about, though? He's the one who's spawning, and they're slowly but surely closing in on him and his team. Not the other way around. I don't know, maybe he's just confused. He's getting up there in age, it happens.
I knifed first, but it gives it to him. I knifed first, it gave it to him. Fucking dumb servers. Right. How fucking fair of an experience that was. What do you want me to do? The game is so choppy, there's no way I could get a beat on anyone. The game was like 10 frames per second. Like, what on the fuck do you want me to do, you stupid assholes?
It's salty as fuck. It's like pure salt. All you could taste was salt. You couldn't taste anything else.
Look, here you get, wow. What a great experience this is. This is just next gen. I'm so glad I bought a PS5 to experience the future of first-person shooters in these four-frame slideshow Call of Duty I'm playing right now.
Actually, that's an interesting point that he brought up. You remember how he bitched and complained about how he needed the PS5 on day one, if not it was going to harm his business, and there were so many people clamoring to hear his day one reviews, and he would be so far behind the ball. But yet, if you look statistically, if you look at essentially all of his stats and everything as it pertains, everything after the PS5, right? After it came out and so on and so forth, his stats are pretty much the same. If not, in some cases, they're lower. It didn't help his business at all. He really thought that if he could get the PS5 day one, it was going to somehow save him or put him in the realm of relevancy, I guess, to be honest with you. Because if you look at some of the people who did unboxings or whatnot, they got millions upon millions of views. Phil, I don't even know if Phil even broke 15 or 20,000. It didn't do anything. The days of Phil unboxing anything and being able to pull 60, 70, 80,000 views are long dead. Just like his friendships with his bosom buddies. That's dead too. So the fact that we're still holding on to this little piece of whatever is really, really... I want to say it's sad, because that's normally what I would say, but it's it's a little bit worse than that. It's I guess it falls into the overall disconnect with reality. You have someone who sits here and he's essentially reliving his inner childhood, right? And he clearly can't handle any of the responsibilities that's going on around him, right? Or any of the responsibilities that he has to deal with day to day. That's why he lies so much. And yeah, children lie because they're young and they're stupid and they don't necessarily know, you know what I'm saying? Even if they know right from wrong, they still do it because they're a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, give a kid an inch, they'll take a mile. Darkseid Phil's no different. He's no different. He's very much has the mentality of a child. And listening to him explain stuff, especially stuff clearly that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, is mind-blowing. And yet he'll fight tooth and nail believing that it's true or believing that it's real until, like, everybody turns against his ass. And then all of a sudden, like a week or two later, his tune changes. It's a really wild type of mindset or mentality, if you will, to have about anything. And this is someone who is so ingrained and is so desperate to be acknowledged on the internet that the more he tries to be relevant, right, the more irrelevant he becomes, and he don't see it. And it's not a matter of, oh, well, should he just quit? No, I'm not saying that he needs to just quit. I'm saying that he needs to stop and he needs to think. If you don't know something, then that's fine. But don't run around acting like you know everything, which is exactly what he does. There is never one subject that this idiot sits here and tells you and says, oh, I don't know anything about that. If it's about some drama shit, oh, I don't know anything about that. And then later on, he goes and explains to you everything. But if you're just talking about things that actually happen in the world, why the fuck would Darkseid Phil be able to tell you anything? He doesn't travel. He doesn't read. He doesn't do anything to expand himself in his horizons. The guy barely knows what's going on in his own city. How the fuck is he going to be able to tell you the plights of someone that's halfway across the world? He can barely tell you jack shit from history or about history. Jesus Christ, he lies so much that he has his own history fucked up. His own lore is out of place. He just needs to stop and think. And I think it's too late for him. I think he's too set in his ways. I think he would rather be wrong and have a bunch of people look at him than be right and have one or two people congratulate him on being right. Think about that.
What the fuck? Did you see how far away the RCXD was and it claimed that it blew me up? Are you out of your fucking mind? It's so far away, it wasn't all the way down the escalator. I was at the top of the escalator. They walked right through it. Every bullet hit. Every bullet I fired hit. They walked right through it and insta-killed me because of the lag. Again, dude, this is the third game in a row that my fucking team has rage quit because the game lags so bad. That's the third match in a row. You don't need me telling you. You can see the players are just as frustrated as me. They had enough, and they just quit out and say, fuck this garbage.
Those Italian meats are naturally salty, you know.
As I'm seeing Phil get killed over and over again, it keeps making, in my head, it plays that little song, Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. And, but for some of you guys who are like really, really old school Snort Burnell fans, do you guys remember when Snort Burnell used to play the ice cream song? I miss that. I really do. I really miss that ice cream song. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. We have to bring it back for like a couple of broadcasts, just for old time's sake. You know what I'm saying? Just for old time's sake. Yeah.
How many times? Look at this. That showed me hitting him 5 to 6 times and he gets a perfect sniper shot. The game is garbage. You cannot fire a sniper rifle when you are getting shot 7 times. Sorry, Treyarch. I don't care how much of a game you want to make for little kids. This is bullshit. I ran out of bullets. According to the game, he meleeed me. Even though I'm the one standing there waiting for him, he meleeed me. Great connection. Dude, I've had Enough of the lag. I had the drop on them. I fired first. Enough is enough.
Oh, you're gonna get salt, 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 salt. It's, oh, even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
You know what's silly about this exchange here? You saw your teammate get murked. Instead of you falling back and letting the guy come to you, you decided to go ahead and run yourself out there into the meat grinder and get murked yourself. Wow. But yet, the game isn't realistic enough, though. Wow.
Oh, yes. He has 0 health. His health bar was empty. Insta-kill with a sniper rifle from point blank range. No. Sorry, Carrot. You suck. Amazing gameplay.
Thank you for the tip, though. It's $9 in tips, so after an hour of gameplay... Oh my god, he's drinking grease!
I actually like that. But I like the whole eyes closed, like it's the disappointment. I love that. He's not mad, ladies and gentlemen. He's only disappointed. He's only disappointed that he made a measly $9 or whatever the case may be. Look at him. What a scumbag. Mr. I'm all about crowdfunding. You guys love me. You guys love the content that I put out. So I know you'll support me. Because you guys want to see me keep doing this. Until my parents die and then I can go ahead and use their estate to pay off all of my debt. And then do what? Continue to fucking get old in front of all of us and continue failing until what? Twitch finally pushes him off? Wow. Either that or Catherine ends up slipping something into his potatoes and some shit and then he kills over. Yikes. Not to say that Catherine's a femme fatale or anything. But she'll surely outlive him. At least the way things are going now. It'll be ironic, not to completely go off of the handle with this, but it would be ironic how he runs around and says, I outlived this person, I outlived that person, and then Catherine outlives him and takes over everything. That would be poetic. It really would.
It's frustrating. To say the least.
Huh? Like I said, there's no point. There's no point in playing this fucking game. In fact, no. There's no point in playing this fucking game. I'm not wasting my time.
Whoa, that guy quit. That guy rage quit. He said, fuck this, and he rage quit the game. He actually rage quit the game.
You join me in the middle of a match where we're down, our spawns are bad. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Over an hour of gameplay tonight, and not a single match has been legit. They've all been full of lag, choppy frame rate, terrible spawns, all night. Jesus Christ. Kubi contract, I didn't message any whale at all. I was reading my emails and deleted a bunch. That's about it. There was no whale message. I don't message contributors or anyone during the live streams. If people come and contribute, that's great. If not, you know, tonight we're having an incredibly slow stream. It sucks. It looks like we're gonna have an incredibly slow stream.
Bug-eyed. So you reach out to them before the streams or after the streams, but not during the streams. Okay, sure. So when we go to the bathroom and drink our pissy sippy water, then that's a good time to do it. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Tonight. So every night stream's been like this for like the last week, and I don't know why. The day streams seem fine. The night streams have all been incredibly slow for support, and I don't know what's going on. People seem to like the stuff. They don't. Every time I ask, yo, is the game not want us to play this anymore? No, it's fine. So I don't know.
I told you guys I'd be happy just to stream without having any contributions.
I have no idea who shot her, so that's why I didn't move. Again, it shows me hitting them 5 to 7 times. Their energy bar goes all the way down, then instantly dead, because the connection's terrible. I think I need to do what I did last time, guys. I need to quit about 3 to 4 matches in a row. Yeah, I need to quit about 3 to 4 matches in a row.
Oh, rage quit. We got a rage quit, baby. And he quit. Like the bitch he is. Rage quit.
And then what'll happen is then it'll kick me out of the skill-based matchmaking, and I'll actually get a few good matches. So let me just go ahead and refund all your penne points, alright? I'm just gonna quit 4 matches in a row, and then it's gonna kick me out of the garbage lag matchmaking, and I'll be able to play people with good connections again. There's no point in wasting my time. I've only have less than an hour left on stream. I want to actually have a few matches where I can actually play the game. So I'm just gonna quit out. I'm just gonna quit out 3-4 times in a row, and then Treyarch will say, oh, no more skill-based matchmaking, and put me with normal people with good connections, and then I can fucking kill them.
Oh my god, he's drinking salt.
So now we're up to $10 in tips tonight. Alright, so now we go right away. We quit out of the match. There we go.
And then dude, it's the same guy. He rage quit again. I made him rage quit again.
2 losses. I don't fucking care.
I like
Jump
how
right into
he
the third match.
assumes that people who have good connections are all scrubs and they're waiting to be preyed upon. Did anybody pick that up? Because that's essentially what he said. A very interesting way of looking at a situation. Yeah, skill-based matchmaking, all these guys are fucking cheaters and they're laggers, and that's the reason why their KDs are as crazy high as they are. So let me go ahead and try to kick myself out of skill-based matchmaking and play scrubs who have good connections, and then get bodied by them, even though he thinks it's going to be the other way around. Sure, that makes a whole lot of sense. Which kind of feeds into the delusion that, oh, he's such a good player, and it's skill-based matchmaking that's holding him back. Wow. I don't know if skill-based matchmaking actually works like that, Phil. If you're really as good as you say you are, then skill-based matchmaking reflects that. And so you play players of your caliber or higher. Maybe he should quit out of more Street Fighter matches and see if it works there too. You never know.
Quit out of?
We're at $10 in tips. A measly $10. 3 losses. Now maybe if I actually play a match, maybe now they've thrown me out of the skill-based matchmaking and I'll actually get into a match that doesn't lag to shit. Maybe. Let's find out. And people are being idiots. Oh, he said measly! Measly! Yes, because I'm super serious all the time, as you guys know. On the streams, I'm completely 100% serious. Everything I do is so upfront, never joking, 100% truthful representation of how I'm feeling at the time. I never, ever joke. Ever. You give me more money.
I mean, you're not very good at taking a joke, so it would be hard pressed for anybody to believe that you could actually deliver one, which you obviously can't, which is the reason why you're having to explain yourself now. Oh well.
I need money.
He walked through my bullets, took 0 damage, and insta-killed me. Nope.
He rage quit! He rage quit! Oh my god, he rage quit. Are you fucking serious?
Still not in a lag-free connection, so we'll quit out of that one too until we get into a fucking match that doesn't fucking lag. The first guy, I can't shoot him, he runs through my bullets, doesn't take damage, and insta-kills me. Fuck this. Good God. I can't shoot anyone. This is fucking stupid, dude.
And then he rage quit. He rage quits like a bitch. Great player.
Can't shoot anyone. He's right in front of me. Again, the game's so laggy, I can't draw and fire without the game chopping up and my aim going wiggling all over, and then I can't kill anyone. That's the 5th straight match. 5th.
Oh my god, he's drinking feces. I'm not losing my mind. I'm just not playing a game where it's not working. I refuse to play these laggy matches. There's no point. I'm wasting my whole night playing a piece of shit lag fest where nothing registers properly.
Now keep in mind, this is someone who plays this game week in, week out, bitching about it. This is the same guy who makes his own schedule and chooses to sit here and air quotes torture himself over and over and over again. This is the same guy who's such a lazy, inconsiderate fuck that if the game is so bad, you could switch it for another game. You could play something else. But no, we're so autistic about this schedule that we have for ourselves that there can't be any break in it whatsoever. Keep in mind all of those things. You would think he's powerless. This is actually a pretty amazing, it's not amazing, but it's a pretty interesting point and could be amazing if people were willing to, if people want to, I should say, expand upon it. He has literally no power and or control in any of the aspects that he wants to have, meaning his public relations, his PR, you know what I'm saying, how people perceive him, how he reacts to people, how he's able to play games. He can't control any of that. He's a fuck up. He's a loser. It is what it is. It's the life that he lives. It's what he was born into. It is what it is. But in something like this, and how he, air quote, runs his business, he has full control. He can do what he wants. And yet is too scared or too stupid to do it because he's afraid that he's going to scare people off. But this is the same ass clown who was bitching and complaining that he's only made $10 in almost 2 hours of work. He could do something to change it and he won't. He literally has the power to do something else and he won't. Instead, he would rather suffer. And off of the back of that, off of his plight, you know what I'm saying? Off of his struggle, if you will, he believes he should be rewarded for that. Holy fuck. Holy shit. The internet breeds some rather interesting individuals, I gotta tell you.
Only opportunity you should get to kill someone should not be if you get the drop on them. It should be you get into a firefight, you can aim and fire. Now,
and that's what your opposition is doing. They're obviously aiming and firing and they're winning. It's amazing how he thinks that everything should be one-sided in his favor. Why? Because of your fucking shitty-ass business internet? That you're too stupid and you're too self-conscious, I guess, to admit that Comcast ripped you off and you're not even getting the best quality internet that they have? He's had the same thing for like 4 years and he's never changed it. You don't think that their internet plans have changed? There's probably basic internet that's as good, or if not better, than your business internet you have now. So you would rather keep throwing a bunch of money at it because you believe it's the best. And why would they remove you from it? I assume that each and every year, ladies and gentlemen, they just keep grandfathering him over into that same plan. And they probably jack the plan up each and every year too. And why not? If the tard's going to keep paying for it, who are they to tell him not to? Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Trying to get a legit kill because then they don't turn and insta-kill me. Fuck this game. Laggy garbage.
We've lost the lead. I can't, dude, I can't, I'm so delayed. I give up, I can't play it.
And then he rage quit. Oh my god. These fucking people, man.
I can't play it. I see him, I draw on fire. He's like, all behind. I can't hit anyone because the lag is so bad. It's so bad, man. Jesus H fucking Christ. Oh my god.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, tonight really sucks. Not only are the matches shitty, we got a troll who's really much the only one contributing, who's just cheering troll shit all night. You know, contributions are very low. This sucks. It just sucks. In general, this sucks. Earlier today, things were going poorly, and then I was able to come back. I was able to make major progress in Ghosts and Goblins, and it turned stuff around, but this sucks right now. And I've only got about 20 minutes left on the fucking stream, too, which is even worse. Yeah, we really haven't had much, if any, quality gameplay tonight because the game has lagged all fucking night. Every fucking match. I haven't had, like, a non-laggy match. Complaining and making excuses like a whining, crying, tear-eyed baby. No one dropped any tip bombs. No tips, guys. There haven't been tips in hours. Like, okay, there was $1 tip in the last hour. $1 tip. All the tips came in the first 5 minutes of the stream, and that's it. There haven't been any since. I don't know why you guys are like, oh, tip bomb's gonna get dropped. I don't think so.
Baby Tossin Bandit resub for 10 months. Thank you very much, Baby Tossin Bandit. My monthly Sex God Phil subscription. Wow. Rick Steve's Europe, I don't know what to tell you. He's like, what's the point of wagering if you're going to quit when you're not doing well? It has nothing to do with not doing well. It has to do with the match being unplayable. What's the point of wagering if there's no chance of me obtaining the objective because the game's lag so bad? That's the real question.
It wouldn't even matter. If your connection was good, you're not good enough. How many different wagers have people lost on a match that he seemed to start off well, but then he ended up faltering at the end? What's the difference? He can keep blaming the game all he wants, but his skill level ain't there. It never was. It never was. He was never anything about anything in Call of Duty or Battlefield or any other first-person shooter he's ever played. He doesn't have any... He doesn't have a lot of things, to be honest. But one of the biggest things he has, or he doesn't have, I should say, is he doesn't have situational awareness, which is something that you need in general. And he doesn't have that. He can only see what's in front of him, and that's it. Nothing else. And because of that, he suffers. And you see this, and it progressively has gotten worse each and every year with every COD game that he plays. I mean, realistically, it's like that with almost every game that he plays. But with Call of Duty, it's much more pronounced because he's not fast enough, and it's not even the fact that you're not smart enough. If he had good instincts and or reflexes or reactions, he'd be okay. You'd be surprised how far you can get with all those things. But he doesn't even have that. He never really did. So you would think because he's older and whatnot, maybe he could use his intelligence and his experience to help carry the day. And he can't even do that. He would rather whine about the same shit that you see fucking 15 and 16-year-olds on Twitter cry about. But even then, they got higher KDs than he does. So what does that tell you? Skill is a factor in that equation. Oh well.
Used to be $3, so here's my last $3. Sorry about contributions were low tonight, trying to stay positive. I mean, I'll do what I can, right? I mean, this is legit the lowest amount of tips that I've received probably in months in one stream. And I don't know why, because I'm having fun with the game. Even though it lags, I still enjoy playing it, and we did make positive progress tonight unlocking stuff. We did. We unlocked a lot of stuff, so. Talk about tips a lot, Choose. Do you think tips are low because I just got paid by Twitch? No, has nothing to do with that. Who cares? That's only what an idiot would say, a complete idiot. And then an anonymous gifter gifted us up to talk about tips a lot. Congrats.
I'm an evil, dirty, heinous scammer who steals money from little children.
I want you to see this real fast. I know it's hideous, but bear with me on this. I want you to look at, here, let me see if I can bring that back. My bad. Okay, not that, because you can tell he's doing it on purpose. But as he's talking, though, it slants to this really weird angle. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's good. I like that. That's funny. Oh, that's hideous. Wow. Imagine that being on top of Catherine. Oh, wow. Or Panda. Oh, that's hideous. That's hideous. All right, we'll start from here. I'll show you what I mean, and I'll let it play again when we get to that segment. My bad. Fucking A. That face was horrifying. God, dog. Aw, I'm so bad at this. Damn, you would think for all the restreamers I've watched, I'd be a little bit better at that. Womp womp.
Thanks a lot. Congrats.
I'm an evil, dirty, heinous scammer who steals money from little children.
Like
It's
the
the
way his
$25
mouth
tip.
kind of like alters itself like that. Like, damn, dude. Like that, like it's obviously you have like underlying issues, right? Like let's not be funny about this for a minute. Let's be serious. It's clear you got underlying issues. You just go and see a doctor on it. You can't escape it. Like sooner than later, it's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna catch up to everybody. God damn, dude. It's just like the situation with your glasses, bro. You're clearly, slowly but surely losing your eyesight. Just wear fucking some glasses, dude. No one gives a shit about what you look like. If it actually helps you, if it helps your performance, for whatever that's worth, then go with that. So be it. Don't sit there and just suffer because you think people are gonna fucking look down on you, or you're not cool or whatever. Like that widow's peak is literally starting to make it to the midsection of your fucking skull. Like, just get over yourself. Jesus Christ, man. Just get over your fucking self.
Tonight. Thank you. That pretty much between that. Well, I guess that negates the chargebacks that I got for today at least. Now basically I'm back to 0 for tonight. But it's good that I got rid of the chargebacks from earlier today.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Still has a dog.
Certainly something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of the first video of our broadcast. We'll go into our first music break, and I will see you guys for video number 2. I'll see you guys. Well, for me, it'll be a few minutes, but I'll see you guys in just a second. Yay.
see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
I really would
Let's hope.
appreciate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with video 2 of our broadcast, brought to us by Snort Burnell, DSP. Let's see, no 1v1 against Wings in Call of Duty. If you are verified and give tips, your money is 100% mine. Because of course it is. I don't know why. The fact that he has to keep selling you on that only proves that that's a lie. Anyway, this video was published on March 18th of 2021. The link will be down in the description. Here we go.
Help with tips today. Yesterday, the late stream was incredibly slow for contributions. I barely reached a quarter of the tips goal last night on Call of Duty. And in addition, I had $40+ in chargebacks during the first stream. So yesterday was not a great day. And also
keep in mind that he did get his Twitch paycheck at this point too. And the YouTube paycheck is less than a week away. Just keep that in mind. You know, just want to put that out there. You know, because that doesn't matter. If you think about those small aspects, those small details of the story, you're a fucking idiot. Womp womp.
And today, I'm trying to raise some tip funds for tomorrow, for my day off. If you could tip me today, I would really appreciate it. Thank you in advance to anyone who supports the stream today. Alright? You guys know we have tip goals in effect. $50 I put on the gunner glasses, $100 I put on a vest of your choice. The only vest not eligible today is platinum. All the others are. And you know about the double and triple tips goals and all of that crap. I'm not going to go into that at length here. Alright?
Ayúdame, por favor. Es muy importante. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
This is from Chad Daddy Be Balling PS Triple. What the fuck kind of a name is that? I have no idea, but they've tipped me $4.20. It says, oh, here we go. Wings says he can beat you at Call of Duty any day of the week. Will you accept the challenge? Well, what I need to do is I need to sit down and weigh my options here. And I have to weigh and balance and think if it's something that is worth my time. No! I don't care about that fucking stupid shit. Nobody cares. Thank you for the tip, though. UE560 did 100-bit cheers. Says, how are you getting chargebacks if you're accepting verified accounts? Because you can still charge back against a verified account.
Very good point. That's a very good question. We'll make sure we go back into that. But before we do that, let me bring this back a little bit. First off, even in Wings' most depressing state as he is now, I think he could beat Phil in a 1v1 easy. Easy. Any map, whatever. I'll put money behind that. You know what I'm saying? I have faith that Wings will do it. And it would actually be a rather interesting match. Probably as interesting as the Wings versus Syndicate match all those years ago. I think if there was enough money on the line, guaranteed I should say, I think DSP would do it. I honestly believe he would. He'd lose either which way. But I think honestly he would do it. But like I said, he's going to want the guaranteed money, right? And then he needs the support of his cult that they'll come out and they'll all give big money whether he wins or loses. Which is interesting too, by the way, that he was willing to get on his hands and knees and suck off low tier God to have a couple of matches with him in Super Turbo and Third Strike in 30th anniversary, but he won't 1v1 Wings. That's really interesting how that situation plays itself out. Oh well, semantics.
Says, how are you getting chargebacks if you're accepting verified accounts? Because you can still charge back against a verified account. The thing is, you're putting yourself in extreme risk because you linked your real life information to that account. So PayPal is...
Now, keep in mind, DSP says that he doesn't actually have any of your personal information. He can't see any of that. All he can see is an email account. And that's it. But it's ironic because when he has these small inquiries on these chargebacks, PayPal comes to him to get the information so they can make their decision. Well, that's weird. What information would Darkside Phil have on you that PayPal doesn't have? It's almost like you being verified was just a way to expose yourself, right? To expose who you were, or who you are, I should say. And so he can use that as leverage against you. Kind of like that whole PW Dub situation that we had only in the last broadcast. On some silly shit like that. It's debatable on what he has and what he don't, but clearly the fact that he was pushing to get everybody verified who tips him means he was getting something. And if people are still able to charge back on him, I should say, then it wasn't a deterrent. It was merely a barrier. And it wasn't a very good one. Something to think about.
Isn't going to play around. Like, for example, if you have a verified account and you try to hit me with a chargeback and say, oh, well, this wasn't verified, PayPal doesn't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. They'll put the tip on hold, but you have to actually prove it. How are you going to
But they're not putting
exactly?
the tip on hold. You're actually getting charged back. You're losing money. Do we not know what the difference is of being charged back and now putting money on hold? How the fuck are we fucking up our own narrative? He's getting all these chargebacks. He's losing money. He's having slow nights, and he's barely compensating for the money that he lost. Now he's telling you that, even if your account's verified, you can still charge back. Oh, but PayPal doesn't give a shit about that. They'll put the money on hold, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, but they're going to essentially side with him. But you said you're losing money from verified accounts. I'm so confused.
You know, you're not. You verified your account. It's your bank account. You linked to it. How are you going to say that was somehow, someone hacked your fucking PayPal and got your password and shit?
Wait.
Of course not.
Only a broadcast or two ago, you said you didn't know what the criteria were of verification. You didn't know what accounts that you would have to link to something, to that account for it to be verified. Now you're saying it's a bank account? I thought I could link my credit card to it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So, you got a leg to stand on with the verified account stuff. There's still assholes who will try shit, I'm sure, but they're not going to be successful. It's not going to work, you see? All they can do is
But
try
they
to be annoying
clearly
and
are successful if you're losing money. Because if not, that means the people that are giving you money aren't verified and you're lying to everybody directly. But why would you go through the trouble of doing that? Especially when most of those people have come out and said on chat, or in the chat, that, yeah, they did verify their accounts. Your story's falling apart really fucking fast. And even what Snort Burnell has up there on screen, don't even try it because you won't get your money back, but clearly people are. People are getting their money back. And this veiled threat, this empty snort, if you will, of hey, if you guys do this, you're going to get in trouble. Well, why aren't people getting in trouble then if more and more chargebacks are coming through? It's not like, ladies and gentlemen, he's using the excuse that we've heard over the last couple of broadcasts that, oh, those chargebacks are from like 4 months ago or whatever the case may be. He's talking about dudes are literally charging him back within days. Defiant snuff.
short term, and of course it is annoying in the short term, because then there's funds that I've got, now they're all on hold, alright? But likely, those are ones that I'm going to win. The issues that I have...
Wait. Bring that back. Bring that back.
And of course it is annoying in the short term, because then there's funds that I've got, now they're all on hold, alright? But likely...
But he's not telling us that those funds are on hold. He's saying those funds are being charged back. You see how charging back has now been, oh, funds are on hold now? So now, him sitting there pig-splaining and pig-squealing that, hey, I need you guys to help really contribute because I lost all this money on the early stream and it's gone and now I'm in the negative. Well, you're not really in the negative. The money's being allegedly held and is on hold. So you haven't lost anything. You haven't been hit with any penalties. You haven't been hit with a chargeback fee. The money's just on hold. Then why are you lying to people day in, day out and saying that you have chargebacks that you really don't? Well.
I'm going to win. The issues that I have with tips are basically people who bought stolen credit cards, okay, off the internet, and then they use those to tip me, and then, of course, they all get charged back because those poor people check their bank statement. They're like, why the hell do I have hundreds of dollars of transactions on my credit card I never authorized? And then they have to close their account and get a whole new credit card account and everything to stop the fraud. So, of course, those I'm going to lose out on 10 times out of 10. But some asshole who actually put their real-life information into the account, paid me with it, and then they try to charge back, they're gonna lose out, you know?
But they're not losing out. They're actually winning against you. And how can you tell if the credit card is stolen or not? There are plenty of regulars who have unverified accounts and they tip him and he accepts it. We've seen this before. So how is he able to identify a stolen credit card from the internet and then a real one? And then this ass clown is the same fucking ass clown who has told us that these people are using stolen credit cards and they're using it to tip me, but I'm still disputing them and I win them. So those poor people who are being fucked over, you don't care about if you're actually disputing the tips. And you're disputing them knowing damn well that they're from stolen credit cards. Allegedly. This makes no sense. And why would he have that type of information? Why would he have that type of knowledge that whether a credit card is stolen or not and being used to tip him? Who would divulge that to him?
Being very stupid if they're trying to fuck with me behind the scenes like that. It ain't gonna work. Okay?
過酷な運命を背負って極道の構想に巻き込まれていた。
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I received a $100 tip this morning from the Patriarchy.
Well, the pig comes squealing and the cuck came a-calling, so it worked out in the end. But I'm surprised no one over there in the cult, I should say. I'm sure amongst detractors, trolls, haters, and critics, they got it. I'm surprised no one actually caught that. These supposed chargebacks that he's fighting aren't really chargebacks, allegedly. They're just being on hold. And then the concept of you verifying your count doesn't mean you can't charge anything back. If you have a good enough excuse, and more often than not you do, especially if you're using your credit card company will always side with you over PayPal. Pure and simple. Now my question is, what is he doing with the information that he allegedly has? That's my question.
Oh my god. I got those super slow reflexes. Dude, that was like sluggish as hell. I was not ready.
And wait a second, and now that I think about it, PW Dubs has been around for a really long time, yeah? He's been around a lot of the mods for a really long time, right? I don't know if PW Dubs was ever a mod, but he's been around for a very long time. Is it possible, is it plausible, that the reason why PW Dubs doxed himself to Phil is because he knows that's the type of information that one could acquire through a verified account? And that's why he was so willing to just give up his identity like that? Because PW Dubs has donated plenty of times, but you know what I mean, plenty of a time. I'm sure Phil has prospered off PW Dubs quite a bit. So theoretically, if he has the information that I'm speculating that he does, then theoretically he would have at least something on PW Dubs. So why would Phil need him to, this is all hypothetical Pignosis, by the way, our favorite game. Why would he need PW Dubs to further verify who he is if allegedly when someone tips him behind the scenes, he already has some type of information to identify them anyway? Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'm sorry. The reason why I'm kind of being doggish about this is I remember distinctly Wings of Redemption talking some hot shit. It must have been in 2019. It might have been in 2020. It was right around the time he got banned off of Twitch that one time. And he says something about how he had somebody who was troll tipping him. He somehow got their information and he was going to send it to the farms. But he said something about how he got the information. He got the information because he was tipping, but he didn't say how he got it. God damn. I'm going to have to go back. I know it's in a lean video for sure. It might be in an old Conway Conman video too if he has it. But it's definitely in a lean video. It might be it's definitely in a lean video. It's in an old one though. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a quick look. But if I can find that video, then we could do a comparison to some degree on how Wings is getting his information. Because however Wings is doing it, DSP is probably doing it too. Lol cows essentially flock together and stuff like that.
Now, whatever. No. Dude, now this is getting ridiculous. Insta-killing me every time and I can't shoot him at all? Come on now. You're such an asshole.
I can tell ya, I can smell the saltiness.
worst shot ever. Yo, no! I was the worst shot ever. I missed completely. Oh, what? I'm stabbing him. That's bullshit. He was done, man. That was a fucking machete to the neck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I said I was holding off on giving a shout out is because I received a $100 tip from LadiesMan2166.
All I wanna do is stab you. You motherfucker. You shot me
See how
in
he
the face.
perked up now that he's $200 ahead of the game? He perked right up. I do like that moonsault, too, that he ended up doing when he got shot with that shotgun. That was kind of funny, too. I give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Come on, grenade, you fucker. I have the eliminations. I need 2 to 3 machete kills. I have the eliminations I need. We're taking this objective. Securing Alpha. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh. What is this? What is this? What is going on? What the fuck? What the fuck? Have you ever seen this before? This is chaos. You shoot one, another one appears, you kill that one, a third one shoots through the house and insta-kills you. What is happening here?
Oh, that's fucked up. You saw that? He got blown up, lost his leg, and then got thrown out like trash over the fence. I gotta bring that back. That was fucked up. Oh, that was funny.
When a third one shoots through the house and insta-kills you. What is happening here?
Right there. Leg is blown off. Oh, I wish I had a slow motion feature. God damn it. Even though Storm Burnell's theoretically using one. Got his fucking leg blowing off. It is literally getting thrown out like trash over the fence. That's hilarious. Right over the fucking fence. Slam fucking dunk. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've never had toasted pigs in a blanket like that before, but god damn. And a side of cherry juice.
This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. I mean, at least I got the challenge done for you guys. But what the fuck is going on here? Look at that! They're everywhere! We've been infested with cockroaches! The cockroach waves! Oh my god, 28-42. At one point I had a positive kill death ratio. Holy shit. Assert your dominance. I was absolutely terrible. I was terrible. What was I thinking there? I wasn't even fucking aligned yet. Complete stupidity. He had almost no health. Come on, that was bullshit. They give me credit for that? Alright. It's there. I didn't hear what he said. Oh, shitty dicks. That's bullshit. Oh, I spawned with an enemy looking at me. What the fuck?
How about this? How about a celebration on the stream? A celebratory bubble blow. I haven't had one of those in a long time. There we go. Now my hand's sticky. Now my hand's sticky as hell.
I'm constantly masturbating all around my streaming equipment, just so you guys know.
I couldn't kill this fucking guy. He was like in the Matrix. Seriously. He's like Neo.
Complaining and making excuses like a whining, crying, tear-eyed baby.
Hi. If you're gonna camp, be ready, stupid. I mean, holy shit, you're bad. Oh, and then I fucking die immediately because I opened my big fucking mouth. Why would I open my mouth? Why am I so stupid?
I guess sometimes karma hits you, bites you in the butt.
By pulling your head. Shit! I keep fucking falling for everything.
90% of the time, tipped me $1 and said, salt, salt, salt. Thank you very much. Tasty salt.
Multiple hostile spies.
What's this hesitation here? You clearly saw that dude's head pop up. And for some reason, we chose not to shoot it. I don't understand.
Tasty salt.
Multiple hostile spiders.
Actually, just before. Right there. What are we doing? This guy's brain should literally be all over that wall by now. Because you know how Phil always says, oh, I had 5 to 7 headshots on the guy, or I put 5 to 7 bullets in the person. Where is it now? Can you clearly... You got this huge 70-inch or 60-inch television, and you can't see this. Wow. Well, you see what pigs can do.
Now, come on, he walks up, I see the flash, I fire. No bullets connect, and I instantly die. Right. All realistic. What? What?
They literally cherry-picked him. They came back for seconds on him. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's bullshit. The barrel was past my body. That's not even possible. Look at that. The barrel was through my body. There's no way he could have killed me. Oh my god, that's bullshit. Impossible. What are you doing? Why are you running at me?
Dude, this is ridiculous. Every time I walk in the room, there's another guy on the side flanking me. How am I supposed to ever walk in?
I'm just overall pretty good at all kinds of different games. You want to know the truth? I'm probably one of the best overall gamers in the country.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict.
Indeed he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to our next music break, and then I will see you guys for video number 3. See you guys in just a second.
Warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
So,
one can only hope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the third video that will make up our broadcast, brought to us by Burnell, DSP. Let's see, retail rant, no mod chosen by vote. I haven't had Jin since last year. I don't believe that at all. That's a lie. And Jasper cameo. This video was published on March 19th of 2021. The link will be down in the description. Here we go.
Thinking what I'm proposing. Instead of streams starting at 10:15, at the earliest they start at 10:30, but I'm even starting, maybe just start the stream at 10:45, have the music run for 15 minutes, and then immediately start pre-stream at 11 a.m.
Oh my god!
Firefist Fury says, what kind of company doesn't have someone's shift yet? Retail.
So wait, so we're just going to cut the music back by 15 minutes? Why don't you just start the music at 10:15 and then you come on stream at 10:30 and then you leave early? And then you just leave like a half hour early or whatever. What's the point? What's the point of that exactly? All right, whatever. And why do we need 15 minutes worth of music anyway? Why can't there be like 5 or 10 minutes? Oh, well, whatever.
Retail doesn't care. I'll tell you right now, retail doesn't care. Retail never does things properly. They don't give you your schedule with enough time. They'll screw with your shifts and screw you over. They'll promise you the world and lie to you. They'll treat you like a number on a spreadsheet rather than a human. Retail never cared. The entire time I ever had a retail job, that's how it was. In the modern day, it's exactly the same. Retail doesn't give a shit.
I mean, how do you know that, though, being that you've been out of the workforce for, like, 12 years or some bullshit like that? Like, you have kind of no clue. I'm really going to just come out here and say that he really has no clue. He really don't. Because when Panda was working, he never bitched and complained about her schedule, really, outside of the days that she needed to come home and cook din din. Other than that, he didn't really care. He wasn't really concerned with it. She wasn't a burden, so to speak, on him like that. I'm really confused by that shit. And here's the thing. Why is he so codependent on Catherine? He can drive himself. He can drop her off and pick her up. So what's the problem? And that, and according to his auto insurance, there's a second car on his policy anyway. So I don't even know why any of this even exists. Oh well, semantics.
It sucks. SPB Original says she should quit retail. Trust me. Trust me, that would be her ideal, to completely quit retail. The problem is, right now in the American economy, as much as you hear on the news, oh, the economy is coming back and all that, it's the bullshit. You want to know how the economy is doing? I'll tell you exactly how the economy is doing.
Yeah, before you tell me how the economy is doing for someone who makes $100,000 plus a year begging for a living, if she wanted to get out of retail so bad, why didn't she do that a year ago, like before the pandemic? It's funny how everybody wants to get out of these dead-end shit jobs, allegedly, but no one ever really finds the time to do it. And then a lot of people seem to have the excuse, or some people have excuses on why they can't. Interesting. Which is very, very pivotal to Phil. Just like how when he lost his last job, he has all the excuses in the world, and he's gone over it over the last decade plus on why he could never find another one. And now he's basically pigeonholed in such a way that he really can't find one. It's almost as if he never had any work history at all, because it's so obsolete. Yikes. Which, if you think about it that way, let's say, hypothetical Pignosis, our favorite game, let's say that Phil actually looks at his circumstances as such. Why the fuck do you get mad that people make fun of you for something that you really can't do without anyway? Like, he can't go a day without begging. He can call it advertising, he can call it business, he can call it whatever comes into his piggy little head, minus the apple. But at the end of the day, he is what he is, and he does what he does. Why do you have so much resistance to it? Just embrace it. You kind of have no choice, really. You're always going to be known as an e-beggar anyway. If they're in the honestly, if there is an internet dictionary that has e-beggar in it, it would be a crime, ladies and gentlemen. It would be a crime if Darkside Phil's face isn't next to it. And people would also throw that same thing onto Wings of Redemption as an e-beggar as well. As well. And I can agree with that to an extent, but Phil's so prolific, right? I think he nudges Wings out. I think he has Wings beat there. I could be wrong though. I could be biased.
Created in our country in the United States are retail jobs, service industry jobs, and fast food jobs. That's what's being created. Actual jobs outside of those, like, oh, I want to get a career somewhere. Those are the most demanding jobs possible. If you don't have years of experience in them, they won't even consider giving you an entry-level position.
Whining, complaining.
Oh, I know from experience. It's pretty fucking bad. It's that bad. It's like, you want to get out of what you're stuck in. Good luck. Why do you think that there's these horror stories of people out there who have to work 2, 3, 4 service industry or retail jobs part-time to make ends meet? Because they want to work a better job, and no one will hire them because they don't have experience in it, so you're fucked. Like, well, how do I get experience if you don't give me the chance? You don't. The answer is, you don't. You're stuck at a level of income and a level of living, and you'll never get out of it, and that's how it is in America. But You watch the news, oh, so many jobs were created, everything's so good. Yeah, but why does no one ever say what kind of jobs they are? You notice that?
Now keep in mind, it's kind of hard to take anybody seriously who lives at home, who doesn't vote, who doesn't contribute to society or to to his community as a whole. And I'm supposed to sit here and take anything that he says as it pertains to political relevance or rhetoric seriously? Is that a thing? Now, granted, and this argument has been made before over here, that just because you don't vote doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion. That's fair. That's fair. It's kind of hard for anybody to look at that situation and be like, well, how are you going to be mad that there's no change if you're not willing to contribute to the process to make change? But that's murky waters. That's kind of muddy. That's kind of muddy, because if you want anything to be done, you kind of have to do something to make that happen, right? Maybe, kind of. We can leave that for another discussion. But as it pertains to DSP, what does he care at all? Like, as long as he gets to stay in his little gated community, as long as he gets to have his takeout or his dine-in on his day off, and as long as he can get his takeout on his air quotes work days, what else does that matter? This is someone who had the nerve to sit there and try to fight for the little guy, for the small business owners, right? In the food industry that are apparently so terrible, right? And that take advantage of everybody. Because just because the pandemic is going on doesn't mean that these people don't have a right to run their business. That's fair and that's true, but you do realize that if people don't make the right steps or take the right steps, that you're just going to spread the shit around more, right? That you're just going to put more people at risk, right? So what good is your customer base? Short-term thinking, by the way. That's the whole point I'm trying to make out of this, but keep that in mind. Short-term thinking. What's the point of prematurely opening a business during a pandemic to only have the customers actually actually end up contributing to the pandemic numbers? Then you have nobody. Like, you do realize that, right? You do understand that that's how that situation is going to work, right? But then again, this is the same person, though, who said that, oh, we should just spread it around. Like, Phil is actually on record for saying this madness, that people should just spread it around. This is the same idiot who's on record and said it was a nothing burger, is not that serious. How many people have died in just the state of Washington, Phil? How many people have died on the West Coast? But it's not that serious, though, right? It was a nothing burger. And then, yeah, he tried to go ahead and turn it around and try to say his spiel. I don't remember all of it because that was a while ago. But you didn't really give it a whole lot of validity when it happened until it affected you. Then all of a sudden it was a problem. And you make more than enough money that theoretically, Catherine doesn't need to be out there on the air quotes front lines. But yet you're not doing anything to hinder that, right? We're not. She's not really that much of a concern, right? That's why you're using her as this very interesting shield for you not going to the doctor's office, coming up with all these excuses because of her schedule. I have to change my sleeping habits, and we have to figure out what days she can cook and what days that she can't. And also, can't really go to the doctor's office now because of it. But then again, I haven't had any problems with my ears actually, since I went ahead and adjusted my lifestyle and I don't wear my headphones anymore. So do I really need to go to the doctor? No, but it's inconvenient because this pandemic is going on, so I don't get to actually choose the days that I want to go to. Despite the fact that on top of that, I wouldn't be able to go anyway because Catherine has my car. Even though, like most couples, well, not most couples, like some couples I should say, who have to share a vehicle, they can just work that shit out. Like, common sense is still a factor in this equation, yeah? That is a thing, right? Maybe? No? Yeah, this is Goutopia, so I guess it is what it is.
極道の抗争に巻き込まれていた。
That's the American dream these days.
And it's very frustrating because I see my wife stressing out. You know, this last year with COVID and everything, she had to be there on the front lines of COVID. People coming into the stores, not doing the right thing, coughing, not wearing masks, making a mess, being disgusting. And she's there every day, right? And does she get rewarded for it? No. But she's got to risk it.
What was she supposed to get rewarded for exactly? You mean her and the tens of thousands of other people who do it every day and have it worse than she does? And weren't you someone who was a proponent against wearing masks too? And said something about it being ineffective or some shit? But you were so concerned about Catherine being out there on the front lines. Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, in some of those early stages of his pandemic rants, he was really just more pissed off that he couldn't go out to eat to the places that he wanted to eat at. And the few times that he needed to go to the grocery store that he couldn't get what he wanted right away. That's really what he was pissed off about. Matter of fact, this piece of fucking garbage had the nerve to sit there and get mad and say that the El Cheapo water that he wanted to get, or that he used to get, he couldn't get because all the shelves were barren. All the expensive water was still there, but he couldn't get the El Cheapo water that he was used to. Someone was like, hey, don't you have like a Brita or a Pura filter or some shit? Fuck off, dude. When I go to the store and get something, I want to get what I want. And all these people are out here fucking everything up for me, and now I can't get anything. Does anybody remember that particular rant? No? Don't worry, it'll come up soon.
It's like, Jesus, it's fucking stupid country. Like, we can't get fucking stuff, you know, instead we gotta fool ourselves and always say that everything's so good. When no one wants to actually look at the truth of the matter, how things are out there. You know, we're incredibly lucky that I get to have this job. I get to work from home.
Oh,
I get to do fun.
Did he just say what I think he said? We're incredibly lucky that he gets to have this job. We comrades are lucky that Phil gets to have this job. Oh, I didn't know. Excuse my ignorance, ladies and gentlemen.
Stuff, you know, instead we gotta fool ourselves and always say that everything's so good. When no one wants to actually look at the truth of the matter, how things are out there. You know, we're incredibly lucky that I get to have this job. I get to work from home. I get to do fun stuff with you guys every day. You guys love it. You support it. I appreciate that. But, you know, anyone who's stuck in a retail job, I feel for you. It's ridiculously, like, I understand. I see it every day with my wife. I've been there. I've worked retail jobs for a very long time. It's bullshit. You deserve better than to be treated like that. You do. You deserve way better than that.
Isn't this the same person who said only suckers work a 9-to-5 job? Isn't this the same guy who refused to pay his taxes for multiple years on end? Isn't this the same guy who says, you guys pay to play the game, I'm the guy who was paid to play the game? But he understands exactly how lucky he is to be in the position that he's in. Despite the fact that he screwed over every friend or associate that he's ever had. Huh. And remember, we are lucky that he's able to have this job. That was quite the sound clip. That's real good. We're lucky. We should be fortunate that Darkside Phil has this job. Wow. That was pretty spectacular. That's a pretty good bit of fucking Philtism right there. I gotta tell you.
Snow Carl is the first cheer of the day. But anyway, he cheered and he said, speaking of, oh, that's really stupid. Can we have the chat nominate and vote on moderators? Well, hold on. Maybe this is a valid suggestion. Maybe this is something that I should seriously consider. No! Very bad idea. Let's face it, if we did that immediately, we would have Deathface and Steve Jones as our first two new moderators. It's just not gonna work, okay? It's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm toxic.
Jobs have been created. Yeah. More fucking, you know, fast food jobs. You know what I mean? Like, things that you know, retail jobs. Amazing. Wow, that's so good. That's not a career job. It's not. It's, you know, and by the way, most of these places won't give full-time hours to those people, so they can't qualify for healthcare. So now you got people who are working 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. They have to pay out the butt for healthcare because they got to go to the stupid insurance marketplace to get it instead of actually getting it through their employers. It's fucked up. Sorry that I'm being honest today about this. People are asking, and I'm telling you how it is in America. It's not all sunny and rainbows and roses like the media tells you. The media wants you to feel like everything's good because they don't want the people to feel upset at how things really are. So they always spin it in this nice positive way when in reality that's not how it fucking is. Or else why? Just think about it this way. If there really was so nice, why are there so many service level jobs out there? Just think about all the retail industries that are prospering, all the fast food industry that's prospering. How could that be? If everyone was working an amazing career job, right? Then how could those...
This is a bit of a dick move on my part, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but I would be interested to see how he would survive in some of the countries in South America at the moment. I would be very, very interested to see how him and Catherine can make a living out there. I would be fascinated to see that. For a week. I'm not talking about a month. I'm not talking about any of that. Just a week. Just drop them out there and whatnot. Give them, $100 US and say good luck to you. And I'm anxious to see how that would play out. 7 whole days out there. I would be very interested to see how that plays out. Oh boy.
Those companies be the ones that are prospering right now? See, so is this an analogy? Dude, I've been there. I have been there. Before I worked at YouTube. Right? Excuse me, as a YouTuber. Didn't work at YouTube. Before I worked as a YouTuber.
Before I worked at YouTube. That's funny, Phil. I thought you were an independent contractor. So you did look at it as you were working for a corporation. And you were just collecting your kind of 9-to-5 check. And you were living from paycheck to paycheck. And even in your best days, you still didn't save any of it. Wow, that's revealing. Not really.
This is my experience in life. Was going from job to job to job, every job.
And if you were willing, ladies and gentlemen, to see it from that standpoint, all of those rants that he's had about YouTube over the years, it all makes sense. It really do.
On you, not treating you seriously, overworking you, not paying you for the work you do, not treating you with any kind of a value as an employee, and every time you try to make a move to something better, you get told you don't have the experience, you're not qualified. It's bullshit. And that's America, in a nutshell. Unless you're privileged. Unless you're born into a class where you get everything handed to you. Which is not where I've ever been my whole fucking life.
Tom,
you don't say. Who paid for you to go to college, Phil? We know about your partial scholarship, but who paid the rest of that all for you? Who ended up going ahead and how did you ended up dealing with that $140,000 worth of credit card debt? How'd that play out? How is it that when you essentially reached your peak of YouTube popularity, in air quotes, white hot popular and all that nonsense, buzzwords and whatnot, how'd you end up basically continuing to hoof along after that moment? How much do you gain from begging each and every year, Phil? From your fucking dirty ass couch or your old ass chair? What is it that you actually do for a living, Phil? What do you produce? What do you create? What makes anything that you do as it pertains to your job, as it pertains to your career, that is considered relevant to society as a whole, to the community around you? Tell me something. Give me that, if you can. And it's funny how, Phil, you would shit on these industries that you, more than most, I would have to say, depend on. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to clean. I doubt that you can even sew. So the very markets that you're shitting on right now are the very markets that you depend on. It sounds like some Karen type shit in a lot of ways. And it's even more ironic how you would have the nerve to sit there and speak on those industries that you haven't worked in over a decade on the backs of 2 women who you ain't sat there and plucked out of your fan base, who were vulnerable, right? Or desperate, or just misinformed. And you were quick to push them out into those fields, but you yourself weren't man enough to do it yourself, to keep your house, to keep your livelihood, to keep your business propped up. That's pretty fucking telling, ladies and gentlemen. These industries are so terrible, so horrible, but yet the 2 women, the only 2 women, at least that we know of, that he was able to attract, that came out of his fan base, that he preyed upon, he was quick to send both of them out into those very same fields. Imagine that. Not that he's a hypocrite or anything.
$1 says, do you ever get tired of being the victim? Yeah, every day. I don't ever want to be a victim. I never wanted to be, but sadly I am, you know.
Anyway, let's continue. Who's Yuri cheered? And now he's talking about 99 bottles of gin, trying to make fun of me, acting like I drink gin, which I haven't had gin now. Holy shit. The last time I had gin, middle of last year? Yeah, I would say around mid-2020 was the last time that I had a sip of gin. Anywhere. So, nice try with your stupid meme.
It's not a stupid meme, though, because you have said that when you and Catherine go out, you'll order a drink every once in a while. And usually he goes to gin. He said he's had a rum and coke a couple of times and whatnot. But usually he goes to what his drink of choice is. And even then, it's pretty fair to say, because Phil is a creature of habit, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a couple of 1.5 or 1.75 liter bottles of gin around that house somewhere. Certainly. And the way he kind of gets loose at night, not every night, but some of those night streams, I would assume he's buzzing off of something. And he doesn't come across as a scotch or brandy, a whiskey type person to me. Just throwing it out there.
$72 to become the first tipper of the day. And he says, this is what I read the wrong thing. He says, Snow Carl is denying his child Snow Carlson in chat. He might need a talking to. Alright. Well, Snow Carl, you should not deny your children. That is very unethical. Alright? It is. It's just unethical, and you should accept your responsibilities for what you've done. Alright?
Very, very, very hypocritical.
You did the crime, now you do the time. What? I don't know. Look at this. Oh, here we go. Here's a troll. This is, by the way, this is probably the exact same guy who trolls every day, so he's finally here. I was wondering what was taking so long. I've been doing, like, a pre-stream here for almost an hour, and this guy had not trolled yet, and he's finally here to troll, so. Oh, let's see here. Detractor Crash cheered. He says, during Crash Team Racing, the game is the Detractor because he told me, why don't you get a job? Okay, thanks for the cheer.
Frog's playing golf cheer to said Detractor Trophy. The Detractor's Trophy I won.
People want to see the rarity of the trophies. Oh, yeah? The best way to see the trophies...
I'm sorry, let me go back. I want to actually see the screenshot of that really fast. Oh, yo, that works out really great, actually. That works out really great. Okay, that'll work. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. And his expression at seeing it too works wonders. Well played, Phil. Well played. And he only has $37 in tips. Oh shit! Wow, he only had 473 subs at that time. God damn, that's like an all-time low. I can't remember the last time Phil was under 500. Wow.
Frog's playing golf cheer to said Detractor Trophy. The Detractor's Trophy I won.
People want to see the rarity of the trophies. Oh, yeah? The best way to see the trophies is actually from the trophy screen over here.
Oh, why don't you get a job? That's why people wanted to see it. Why don't you get a job? I do have a job. That was only a bronze. Local Nomad cheer, he says, I got a PS5
I mean, it's a step up from that 4th place finish at EVO at 2005, isn't it? Isn't it?
Go Walmart. Great value products for life. Oh, yeah. Everything at Walmart's great value products.
I don't support Walmart. It's always a business that I felt was pretty messed up. I don't go there unless I have to. But, hey, you gotta get it the way you can get it. And apparently, yeah, Walmart is dropping PS5s today. So. Oh! In 2 weeks' time, we'll decorate the office. We'll have some fun festivities and decorations here. You know, usually during that week that's leading up to my birthday, if anyone contributes in a big way, I'll do like a little celebration, like a party horn or something silly, you know? Have some balloons and stuff in the background. It's fun, and of course people make fun of me for it. You know,
well, yeah, because it's kind of retarded. So you're going to have a celebration leading the week before your birthday, and then you're going to celebrate your birthday for an entire fucking week. Okay. Philtism is out there in full fucking effect. Holy shit.
Phil's just does the same thing every day. Okay, well, let's do something festive for a week. Let's dress up the streams. Let's do a little bit something different.
Oh, Phil celebrates his birthday for a week like he's a child.
You're a fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up.
It's not
Lick
really
my
a
shit.
week, though. It's actually 2, if you think about it. It's the week leading up to his birthday, and then everything leading afterwards. So it's really like 2 weeks he's actually talking about celebrating his birthday. Wow.
Something interesting and fun. It's like, that's like making fun of me for fucking, Halloween or Christmas, too. You fucking shut the fuck up. Why don't you do your own stream better? It's fun. It's something different to do. I like having variety on the streams and having not only variety of games, but having a variety of a setting. And, now we don't have the couch anymore, so I'll have that. Just like I had for Halloween and Christmas, we can have the stands and stuff behind me.
It wasn't a couch, it was a love seat. And you could have gotten rid of that a long time ago, and you had all these reasons on why you couldn't. So let's not pretend like being adventurous about, how you're conducting your business or making real changes for the entertainment value of the people that support your streams is actually a priority, because it's not. You can lie to everybody else some of the time, but you can't lie to everybody all the time.
Stuff, right? It'll be fun.
Oh, all right, money. It's money time. Spend all your money on me. I take all your monies. Oh, we gotta get in on that, man. We gotta get in on that money. Yeah, the money.
Maybe on my birthday, I'll have a piece of cake. Maybe I won't. Depends on what happens with my wife, because she's so overworked right now. I don't want to make her have to try to make some kind of a cake when she's already busting her butt at this new position. So, oh my goodness.
Really? Because if I remember correctly, when Panda was sick, she may have even had the flu, now that I think about it, but she was definitely sick. She was really, really sick. Did you not say, hey guys, Panda isn't feeling well, but that bitch gotta make me dinner? He didn't say the bitch part. I'm adding that in there for flair. This bitch gotta go and get me dinner. Give me a second, I'll be right back. That was a thing, yeah? That did happen, didn't it? It was during a Star Wars game, right? Was it Battlefront? Well, I guess you could say that Catherine's being treated better. Maybe. Kinda. You know he's going to make her bake a cake anyway, right? And by bake a cake, I mean she's going to go to her job and pick up a poke cake. A peanut butter poke cake, I should say. And just bring it home and cut it for him. And won't eat a piece of cake with him on stream. For the 3rd year in a row, now that I think about it. Womp womp.
This thing happened. I'm using the restroom, alright? I just went back into the office. Now, Jasper had been out of the office. I don't know what he was doing. He's probably running around the house doing whatever. He snuck into the office. He's in my seat right now. I wonder if I could show you. Hold on. Let me see if I could show you. This is funny. So, hello, here I am. Well, look at this. Look what he did. He snuck into my seat. Now, how am I supposed to stream if you're in my seat? He doesn't care. He snuck in. You sneaky cat. What he loves to do. He loves
I don't care about
wherever
that.
I sit.
But I mean, I don't know if Jasper is using that shit like catnip or what not. I don't know. It's possible. It's plausible. That's terrible.
I don't know why. He just loves it. Downstairs on the couch, when Kat and I are both on the couch relaxing, I have one side of the couch and she has one side she likes to relax on. When I'm not there, he likes to sit where I sit. He likes to be in my spot. So here I am. I'm not in the office, and he says, "Oh, I want to sit where you sit. That must be a good spot," he says. If you're sitting there, it's a good spot.
Well,
Oh,
I suppose spam that's been sitting at room temperature for a while may be appealing. At the same time, you are bigger than Catherine, too, so I guess there is more warmer surface area. I don't know. I'm trying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really trying.
Is the blue bottle lotion? Yeah, it's that very strong bubble lotion. See, bubble lotion? You rub the bubbles on your body, I guess, right? What the fuck are you talking about? Alright, buddy. I have to sit down now. I have to sit down and do a stream for these people. You don't care, do you? Let me see if I can get a twisty and lure him out of the office. Where'd you put your twisties? Here's one. I see one. What'd you do with the other one? Probably down the hallway, huh? Yep, on the bed. That's so silly.
You know what's funny? or you know what's funny, I should say? Around the time that we were being introduced to Jasper and all this, there is a, ironically enough, and only this something like this would only happen to Darkside Phil. There's also another cat around Phil's area that's also named Jasper that came up missing right around the time Jasper was unveiled to us. Well, they've been missing before that, but still, their owners were still looking for them. Very interesting stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, it's not the same cat because Jasper's paws aren't white. I don't think. So that would be the only kind of like real distinguishing feature between the two. Other than that, they're pretty identical. But it would be ironic for a alleged horse thief to also be a cat burglar too. Get it, cat burglar? That would be kind of funny. It really would. The piggy universe is an interesting place. It really is.
Twisty on the bed. All right, come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's get you out of here. You nut. Come on, come get it. Right here. You nut is gonna get it. Arr. Ready? Ha! There he goes. He didn't go after it. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, buddy. Alright, there he goes. You're a nut. What a silly cat, man. Alright, now I gotta adjust the camera. Oh, look, I'm wearing my Zelda pants. I wear my Zelda pants. Everyone makes fun of me for wearing comfy Zelda pants on stream as I play video games. Now, is that correct? It's too high. He's wearing pajama pants!
They call me a lol cow. Phil is a lol cow.
Lol cow, lol cow.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict.
You certainly are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next music break, and or finally our next music break, I should say, and then we will come back for video number 4. Let's see here. Yeah, we're coming back for video number 4. I will see you guys in just a second. Yikes. Oh, absolutely yikes. Let's see here.
See right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Please.
One can only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with video number 4 of our broadcast, brought to us by Burnell, DSP. Let's see here. Whining and complaining for money until a whale shows up. $111 in tips. And ranting about 0? Or ranting about O? There might be something missing here. Or rating with 0? Something missing here. Maybe. Possibly. Anywho, this was published on March 19th of 2021. The link will be down in the description. That happens every once in a while. Stuff time. It might have cut off. I'm not sure. Oh, well. We'll be all right. Here we go.
You can tip, please do. I would really appreciate it if you did. Earlier today, I only basically got halfway on the tip skull, which sucks. It would be nice if we could hit the tip skull tonight. Have a vest going. We'll see what happens, okay? Half the stream is them begging for money anyway. Half the stream is them playing fucking, oh, donate to this, Patreon this, subs this, money, money, money. I'll play a sound every once in a time someone donates. Here comes a shout out. Because that's what Twitch TV has fucking become. I am so fucking glad that I am not on Twitch TV anymore. I am so happy that I chose to leave that business when I did.
Who's Yuri? Here we go. She says, "Oh, this character's his fucking hair reminds me of Hulk Hogan." Wow, you're funny.
Oh my god, he's drinking gin.
Rick Steve's York, you say you never banned me the other day. You banned me because I said you should show your WWE Champion account. Oh, well then you deserve the ban. You're an idiot. Okay. Timbo Slice cheered and he said, "I've seen a crazy video of a guy who got fired as an Uber driver. He had clients tell Uber they never got food, and he took the video of the food on their doorstep. They took the client's word for it. Sadly, since COVID started, a lot of people have been doing it to get free food, and it costs people jobs. Yes, Uber driver is a job, just like what you do is a job, but people don't see it that way. That's sad that anyone would lie about shit like that. You know, I try to be nice.
It doesn't matter because Phil's a piece of shit when it comes to people who deliver shit to his house anyway. If you've heard any of his rants and whatnot, he calls these people idiots. He says they're stupid. He says that they can't follow the basic instructions. Like, all kinds of nonsense. Like, he's a horrible fucking person when it comes to these people. And when it comes to that industry itself, he looks at them as nothing more than serfs. And in a lot of ways, to be honest with you, how he looks at his own wife. And how he looked at Panda, too. They were merely there to fulfill a role. And that's it. There was nothing really meaningful about either one of them. And there still isn't, to be honest. Until they're gone. And then he falls into what would be considered depression. It's not depression, by the way. But for him it is. Because he's so stuck in a routine, if you will, that anytime there's a break in that routine, an aspect of his psyche kind of just crumbles. It's very strange to watch. Like, he has no versatility or flexibility at all. And you see that literally from game to game to game. You see that on how he conducts his life. You see that with his finances. You see with how he runs his, air quotes, business at all. There's no versatility to him at all. And that's why you don't have a backup plan. That's why there's never any options. That's why there's never any actual choices. We have to keep steam. We have to go full steam ahead with this and just pray that we don't get derailed or we don't just crash altogether. And he's 40. Well, he's almost 40. And that's how we choose to conduct ourselves. Take that all in.
And I understand that we're in a world now that's messed up and fucked up. I try to be nice, and I don't necessarily always, like, even if, for example, a delivery driver is a little late or gets lost, they go the wrong way, or I tell them specifically you can only enter my facility through the front gate, they always end up at the back gate because they just use their GPS, they don't read the instructions I leave. I won't fault them for that. But if they completely fuck up, like, there was one guy, he argued with me. He was 2 facilities over, down the block, arguing with me, "No, I'm in the right facility, just give me your part number so I can deliver your food." I'm like, dude, what? No, I'm telling you, I can see on the GPS you're not here. You can't just leave my food at another apartment facility. And he argued with me for 15 minutes that he did the right thing, he's in the right place. So guess what rating he got? A 0 out of 0, and I basically told him, don't ever hire that guy again, because he's a fucking asshole. But so most people...
You gave him a bad rating, so my bad, I misread that. And then you wanted the guy to be fired. Are you fucking serious? Now, let me bring up another example of this scumbagish type shit. Back around the Vest celebrations, I can't remember which one it was, so I apologize for that. But he was sitting there waiting for the food to be delivered for DSP Tribes. I can't remember which one. And he was slowly but surely grinding himself into a tizzy over this damn thing being late. Like, he was making himself mad at the fact that this damn thing was late. And we're not talking about late by like 20 or 30 minutes. Like, we're talking about literally a few minutes. And that's even if, because someone has said in his chat, he didn't even think that the actual food was late yet. Phil was just anticipating they were going to be there before they were. I can't remember exactly how that played. But he was literally grinding himself into a tizzy. He was trying to make himself mad at the situation that didn't need to even happen. That is really fucking silly. That is really, really fucking silly. But that's how he looks at these people. He looks at people in the food industry, delivery business, whatever the case may be, he looks down upon them. Like they're the drudges of society. Like they're serfs, to be honest with you. That's certainly how he treats them. You're going to give a dude a bad rating, and then you're going to say, don't hire him again? Did you really need to go that extra step? No. But then he has the nerve to say that the service industry is so bad and people get treated like shit and so on and so forth. I would assume that most of the stress that comes out of the service industry probably comes from customers more over than the managers and so on and so forth. I'm sure that obviously is a factor in all of it. But I assume the customers are probably some of the worst aspects of it. For sure. Customers like him. Whatever. I'm just a brain dead idiot, though. I'm a hater, so, you know, you would expect me to say stuff like that.
Nice too. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I understand. You know, it's a tough job. It's a tough world right now with COVID and everything. But I would never lie. That's fucked up. People lying and saying they never got their shit to get free shit. That's fucking dishonest. That's disgusting.
Oh, I wouldn't lie that I didn't get food, but I would go ahead and say that I would give this guy a negative rating, which he's in his right to do so, and then go the extra step of saying he should be fired. I would be willing to do that. And I feel justified in that too. Wet snort. Wow.
His tips are so low tonight, I should initiate clownmode.exe. Listen, I can't make people contribute. Alright? All I can do is play games and have a good time. Now, some nights it's great, some nights it's not. In particular, today's been a very slow day. I don't know why. I played Monster Hunter Rise earlier, which everyone wanted. They wanted me to try the demo. I particularly didn't like it, but I still enjoyed playing the game for what it was and figuring out what it was. But I didn't hate on it or anything. I just said, you know, I don't really like it. I'm gonna buy these recipes. Mint jelly and tea break pancake. But for whatever reason, contributions were very, very low earlier today with Monster Hunter. We basically hit the halfway tips goal for a main stream, which is actually slow for a main stream. Now tonight, here we are. People have been asking me to do this for months, and we have $8 in tips. I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It is what it is, I guess. What I would hope is that this is an ongoing pattern. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and freak out about it or whatever. People know if they like the stuff, they like me, they'll support the streams, they'll support whatever, no matter what I'm playing. People will support it, you know?
This is a place of business. Let's face it, is a money factory. Please give me your monies.
Oh my god, here we go again. Choose Yuri Cheers. Do you feel bad for lolcows on the internet and the fact they'll always remain in last place? Good thing you rebranded.
Which should I choose?
Listen, the whole idea that anyone thinks that something that's a lolcow is even valid to spend your time on, it's like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. It's just destructive, disgusting, toxic behavior. So.
Rating.
Alright, this is legit. It's from Mr. Moneybags. He just tipped me $427,000 and he says the following. Herpa-derpa-derp, it's time for a chargeback. No, that's not. No. Fears and Dreams tipped me $39. He says, do you take pride in the fact you may be one of the most prolific content creators ever on YouTube and Twitch? You're consistently putting out more quality content than most anyone I could think of, and you're still going, something to be proud of. The thing is, the people who appreciate it, that's all I care about. I know that there's always going to be thousands of people out there that are just toxic douchebags. And all they want to do is laugh at my misfortunes and laugh at the things that I've done wrong, instead of remembering the 12 plus years of content that I have on the internet that's entertaining and fun and positive stuff. If you watch my stuff, you always usually have a good laugh, and usually it's not at the expense of someone else, or hating on someone, or bringing down someone else. I actually try to entertain without hurting others, okay? And I'm happy that I've been able to do that for over a decade. So, for those who actually watch the content with, positivity, and not to be a disgusting, toxic person, they probably feel that, yeah, I've been one of the most prolific content creators out there, and they appreciate that, and what I've done will have value. And also the fact that, hopefully, this stuff will remain archived, so even if I'm long gone, people will be able to go back and eventually watch the stuff, right? Which is really cool. This has been 12 years of my life you guys have been along for the ride for, you know what I'm saying? But...
what kind of fuckery is that? First things first... If it was really about the core audience that loved you so much, there wouldn't be so many detractor, troll, hater, and critic rants out there. If that was really the case, if he really only gave a shit about the people who appreciate him and his content for what it is at face value, and they're willing to be lied to and be cucked and all that bullshit on a day-to-day basis, then he would never ever bring up the namesayers. Why would you? What would be the point of that? If you have so much belief in yourself and what you do, you wouldn't need other people to find value in what you do. That's the next thing. That right there in itself is really telling, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you can like the broadcaster or you don't. At the end of the day, I have to give a shit about it. The people around me have to give a shit about it. If we don't, you know what I'm saying, then what does that really mean for any of you anyway? If I need to be propped up by other people to do what I'm doing, then obviously I don't like what I'm doing. So why am I doing it? And that's how people get into traps like DSP, like Wings of Redemption, and so on and so forth. So that's our next problem. This validation for us existing. You being out for 12 fucking years means what? That doesn't mean anything. No one has ever gone out of their way to try to get rid of you. So, if anything else, you're more pissed off that people exposed you for the piece of shit that you were. Or that you are, I should say. And that's what you hate. But yet you wouldn't do anything to fix it. You still wanted to be you, but you wanted to be cloaked in the guise of, oh, it's just criticism, I don't mean anything serious about it. Well, if that's the case, if you can shit on PewDiePie, Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, and whoever, why is it no big deal when you do that to them, but it's such a big deal when smaller people do it to you? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then you want to go ahead and jump to you want to sit there and try to, yet again, shield yourself with, oh, they're rich. It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't bother them. You were in a pretty good financial situation for a good amount of years. If you had saved your money, if you had invested it, I don't know, if you just did everything but be a fucking overgrown jackass, you'd be in a good position today. You didn't do that. You're a fucking tard, and that's exactly how you acted. And you got punished for it. That's nobody's fault but yours, and no one has to feel bad for that. And no one should have to pay any amount of money to compensate you for that. Your 12 years doesn't mean jack shit, and no one owes you for that. End of story. So what else is there? I want you to look at his face, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a scary thing, but please bear with me on this. There's going to be a point behind it. Does this right here look like the face of a very confident individual? Slunched over and whatnot with our little noodle ass arms and shit, looking down at the floor, which is probably a fucking mess, in the same way that you would expect a child's room to be, and coming to the realization that this is all he has, this is all he'll ever be, and he put himself there because he wanted to be the realest guy on YouTube. He wanted to call it how he sees it. He didn't want to take the man's money. He wanted crowdfunding. That's what he wanted. He didn't want to do a corporate deal. He didn't want to be a shill. He didn't want to be a sellout. He didn't want to do business. He wanted to have crowdfunding. He thought that was doing business. But that's even more ironic, ladies and gentlemen, because isn't this the same guy who tells us that it's because of all these brain-dead idiots, these detractors, trolls, haters, and critics that prevent me from having the opportunities that other people have? You mean the opportunities to be a shill? To be a sellout? To be a corporate head? A talking head? That's weird. That's really weird. It's almost like he only cares about what other people think about him, and that's it. But yet we're too scared and too weak of a person and of a sense of character, if you will, to actually look deep within ourselves and actually try to see us for what we are, and then actually try to change it. It's almost like you have a person of weak character trying to pretend to be a character. And so that's why we couldn't take criticism. And then all he did was foster a bunch of other weak pieces of garbage to be the exact same thing. That's like when Seidella was running around talking his hot shit about North American apes and all that shit. And then when he got pressed, he went ahead and had to fall back with religion. And then he had to fall back to his handicaps. And then he had to say, well, there's no reason that you should come at me like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to do that. That's weird. That's real strange. That's real strange. You can run around and wish death on people by cancer, if I remember correctly. But then the moment someone goes ahead and presses your wheelchair for a second, the moment someone deprives you from your WD-40, you want to run to hide behind religion and then also behind your handicap. Your disability, I should say. That's real telling. And that sounds like a real big Philism, too. That sounds like a real big Philism. Imagine that. Hi, MILF and cookies. I miss you. A lot. Let's continue.
Of course, you know, there'll always be the people who are toxic and only focus on the negative.
Oh my god, he's drinking gin.
It's a good thing I'm not one of those people, and obviously it's a good thing you're not either. Now, sadly, there's no time to really do anything here. What I'll do is I'll just quickly throw on a vest, and no, this will not affect what vest I wear tomorrow. I'll just throw one on quickly here. Here we go. Don't worry, even though I'm wearing the red vest tonight, I'll still have this eligible for tomorrow, because this is going to be like 5 minutes of wearing it, if that. Okay? There's just no time for a poll or anything. This stream's about to end. Eternal Napalm just gave me another $10. I said, enjoy. Thank you, Eternal Napalm, for another $10 tip. Wow. Now we're exceeding the tip goal, but, you know, I gotta get out of here, guys. And spend some time with my wife before she has to go to sleep tonight. Who's Yuri? Cheers. I laugh at you, but not because I think you're a lolcow, but I think your face is hilarious. Well, there you go. There you go. People just voted for a compliment. Half the people who voted said I look like a husbando, and the other half said that they love my mustache. Well, there you go. Thank you guys for the nice compliments tonight.
That is nasty.
Oh, sub goal. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we hit the subscriber goal, which is outstanding. We hit 725 subs, and that means, yes, I will be doing a fun marathon called the Challenge Run Marathon. Likely this is going to be in early April.
Wow.
I'm even debating doing it during the first week of April when it's my birthday festivities. Alright? We'll talk about that in a second. What's it going to be? Well, we're going to be playing a variety of classic games. My idea is classic Mario, but some people came up with other ideas like playing Zelda Link to the Past. And what it's going to be is I play these games and we have challenges set out. For example, beat the first 2 stages without losing a life. Get through World 1-3 within 90 seconds. Okay? Challenges like this. And we'll be creating these on the fly during the marathon. And whether I do them or not, number one, obviously it'll be fun, it'll be suspenseful, test of my skill. But in addition to that, it'll allow you guys to wager your channel points or penne points.
Don't you need skill to exhibit skill? That's a thing, right? Maybe? No? I'm confused. I feel like you need to have something. You actually have to have something to be able to exhibit it, to show it, and to be able to exercise it. But skill, though. Skill.
In penne points predictions, and there's going to be a lot of penne points changing hands that day. Okay? Cool. Now, you may notice there's a tier 2 subscriber goal. That is correct. The tier 2 subscriber goal is...
I like how we're teaching these kids how to be degenerate gamblers like him. That's kind of funny, actually. It's bad enough that a lot of them are already infected with the philtism, but then we want to teach them how to be gamblers, too. It's pretty funny.
25 subs, I'll be doing a special edition of DSP Tries It during that marathon event. Oh, man. Alright, guys, good night. Oh, this is great. DSP can't use Discord, by the way. Cheer, I don't know what that means. He cheered and says, why do you go off on rants about the Cannon Brothers and people like Vaya and Gutex if you don't hold grudges? I don't hold grudges. I really don't give 2 fucks. I'm not part of that community. Just because I'm speaking truthfully. Facts. Factual stuff that happened. Doesn't mean I hold grudges. You're like saying...
How's it facts when you said originally that it was only hearsay and you didn't live over there, you didn't know, you didn't see any of it. It was just what you were told and what people were saying. So how does that make that facts? Exactly. Oh, you're going to piggyback? Keep in mind what I'm saying here. So you're going to piggyback off some other kid's story, and that right there just becomes the ultimate truth. Right? Even though the others that are alleged to be wrapped up in that haven't actually spoken out just yet. And not to go ahead and take anything from Dude's story, because I don't mean to do that. I'm just saying, just because Phil has had a brush with this individual at one time or another, and whatnot, and this person revealed what the situation is, that you yourself are going to now come out and try to not only take down Mr. Wizard, but you're also going to try to take down the Cannon Brothers by association. Interesting factor about that too, Phil, by the way. Not only the fact that you were willing to piggyback off someone else, just like you did with Panda and Catherine as it pertains to that retail job stuff. You heard that in a previous episode video in this broadcast I've already ranted about. But to try to take the Cannon Brothers out, you're going to automatically associate them with Mr. Wiz in the aspect that, oh, they were around him all the time, so they must have seen all of that. But here's the funny part, Phil. You do know that Ultra David You know Ultra David, right? That's that guy that you like to go and get legal advice from, because he is an actual lawyer, by the way. That guy right there, he ain't spent a lot of time around the Cannon brothers and Mr. Wiz too. Matter of fact, he's spent so much time around them that he got called out on Twitter when Mr. Wiz, this whole Mr. Wizard thing first came around, and people were calling him out saying, hey, you were around a lot of that too. What did you see? And if you did see any of it, why didn't you say anything? And in an interesting turn of events, he didn't try to refute it. He didn't refute it. He just called the guy a real piece of shit. Well, that's strange. That's a weird type way to react to someone who's innocent. That's a bit overwhelming. And Ultra David's not really one to come out of his face against people like that. Except when he had that issue with Low Tier God going on to that FGC show a couple of years ago. And he got eliminated like week 1, but they kept him on for the following week because he brought in ratings. And Ultra David said that wasn't a fair representation of the FGC, which is fair, even though Low Tier God theoretically is a remnants of what the old FGC was kind of like, or at least the more nuttier aspects of it, I should say. Ultra David really came out of his face on that one. But as it pertains to this one, and I'm not accusing Ultra David of anything, I'm really, really shocked on how he responded to that. Because Ultra David's usually calm, cool, and collected. Collected enough that normally you would let something like that brush right on by. But here's the main point. Now that I've given you a little bit of background. Why didn't Phil call Ultra David out? Why wasn't that a thing? Why wasn't Ares or Avoid the Puddles called out by Phil? And these are all people who know them really, really well. They may have actually seen some of that stuff. Maybe. But Phil didn't call none of them out either. Well, that's strange. I can name a couple of West Coast players that have been around a lot of that shit too. Or at least been around them a long time and didn't say anything. He didn't call none of those guys out either. That's strange. That's real, real strange. And then to top all that off, ladies and gentlemen, on this shit Sunday, if it's true that all those rumors were going around back in the day, and everybody allegedly knew about it, why wasn't Phil the first one pig squealing on SRK and Capcom United and what was the other one? And Event Hubs talking about that shit? Why wasn't he willing to bring all that up? Isn't he the one who whistleblows in the FGC? He's the one who tells it like it is, and he wasn't afraid of anything, and that's why people hated him? I guess we can address that another day.
I'm speaking facts, right? I'm doing it because I have an agenda. There's no agenda. It's a fact is a fact. A fact may be hurtful to some people, but a fact is still a fact. It doesn't mean, I'm not making shit up. I'm telling you things that actually happened 20 years ago. I was there. I didn't fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
wait. You were there and you saw these kids be thrown into pools, or these kids allegedly being, touched in inappropriate ways and all that shit. That's what he said initially. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that he had no parts of that. It was only what he heard. He didn't actually see it. That's just what's being said. Now he's saying 20 years ago he was there. And here's another thing. If I'm going off what he said, so don't get me wrong. This isn't a reach. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off what he says. I'm just providing the flame. If that's true what he's saying, then why didn't he intervene on any of these people's behalf? Like the kid who is out there publicly talking about this. Why didn't he come to his defense? And keep in mind, that kid was literally a kid. Phil was like 26 years old. A grown man. To whatever definition of the word that has any meaning to it. So why didn't he defend this guy? I think the kid said he was like 16 years old or some shit when that happened to him. He was certainly under 18, I guess. Phil was like in his 20s. And Phil didn't feel the need to step up and try to defend him. Hey, I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing here, man. Maybe this shouldn't happen. Yo, let's quit that. We're not gonna do any of that. We're not gonna step in at all. Remember, 20 years ago, he was there. So he sat back and let a child be abused and had nothing to say about it. And then he sat back and waited until Mr. Wiz got outed to now go ahead and spew his truths. Okay. If that is the case, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of goes a long way to back up that Anonymous in his situation. Someone who's willing to turn a blind eye to child abuse, and even would be willing to even make fun of it at the expense of that person, at the expense of the victim. That goes a long way to that, hypothetically, of course. That would go a long way to back up Anonymous' story. Let's continue.
Do you think... I don't care. I'm not trying... Oh, Phil really destroyed the cannons today. No, I didn't, and no one cares. They just sold Evo to Sony and made a bunch of money. They're out of the gaming business. They're rich, bitch. They don't care about me talking about a pre-stream. I've talked about them over the years and been honest about it every time. They don't care. I don't have a grudge. Nothing I say is going to hurt them.
Wait a second, you've been honest about them for years and everything. It's funny, too, that in all the years that he has ranted about the Cannon Brothers and Mr. Wiz and Evo and all that, he never brought up any of the allegations against Mr. Wiz. He didn't do any of that until 2020 when that story broke. All those years before, he only talked about how he got proverbially fucked over. Never talked about anybody else. That's semantics, though. That's me being an asshole. That's me only looking at the story halfway and not giving Phil his just desserts, if you will. He's a man of the people, ladies and gentlemen. He would never, ever, ever overlook a child or a group of children possibly being sexually abused just so he can get his Evo win. He would never do that. He would never turn a blind eye to that. Especially for someone who he allegedly knows and is supposedly his friend. Phil would never do that. He would never do that. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Right, ladies and gentlemen? Right.
People are so dumb. They think, well, because this fact could be considered something inflammatory, that means you have a grudge. No. I'm speaking a truth. A factual thing. What the fuck? How can you say something that's so... How would I put it? A fact is not a rumor. A fact is not hearsay. A fact is not something that's a controversy that you are developing. It's not a half-truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, me being the asshole I am, you already know that I'm going to dedicate a whole video to this nonsense. I'll dedicate a whole video to this. We'll go through all three stages of this. When the initial Mr. Wiz allegations came out, then once it was confirmed, and then this. He said in the beginning that it was a rumor that everybody heard about. Now he's sitting here saying that it was always fact. But yet, in all those rants that he had on the Cannon Brothers and Mr. Wiz and Evo, he never once brought up any of these allegations that were floating around the FGC 20 years ago. Some of the very things that he saw himself because he was there. That's what he said. He said he was there. He was right there. He literally saw Jesus on the cross. Just saying. He was right there. When the lance pierced his body, you know what I'm saying? When that one soldier ended up having his blindness cured, Phil caught gout. Just saying. He said he was there. But it was funny how none of those allegations came up till 2020. None of it actually became... It ended up actually jumping over the spectrum of being a rumor to actually being a fact until 2020. And there are plenty of Evo rants. Plenty. I plan to tackle each and every one of them. But this sexual allegation thing never came up, not once. Semantics.
It's not circumstantial evidence. A fact is a fact. It happened. It's documented. People will back it up. The things that I say are factual things that I'm not the only person who said them. There's been tons of people over the years who talked about these things. So why the hell do you think that I, what agenda do I have? I don't have an agenda. This is something that's factual, but everyone sweeps it under the rug because the Cannons were always in charge of Evo. But then, yeah, last year...
You just contradicted your own statement. You said that this is something that everybody knew about and people have talked about for years, but then you're saying that people swept it under the rug. So name a couple of people who actually spoke on that then. Here, let me bring that back for you. Like, name names on these people who actually spoke about this publicly, who weren't scared of any type of repercussions from the canons, or Mr. Wiz, or Evo in general. Which is something that he refuses to do. Which is strange because it's a fact, right? It's a fact. People knew about this. Phil himself is saying that he knew about it. Never brought any of it up until 2020, of course, when it actually became a big thing. But heard about it for 20 years. Knew about this for 20 years. That this monster was running around doing all these things. When did he speak on that? Someone hit Pig Go and find that for me. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just being sarcastic. Well, someone find that for me. At all. Any allegation before 2020, before January of 2020, I want someone to go ahead and find where Phil has said somewhere that there were sexual allegations. There was sexual allegations against minors that was done by Mr. Wiz and everybody knew about it. I want to just have a clip of him saying it before 2020.
What agenda do I have? I don't have an agenda. This is something that's factual, but everyone sweeps it under the rug because the canons were always in charge of EVO. But then, yeah, last year, that was the end of it. It finally ended. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, how can you see a fact as having an agenda? You gotta be an idiot. Right?
And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you actually you tried to make me look like that. Alrighty, everybody. Let's get started. Other people complaining, oh, it took too long. Well, you know, I was talking to my wife. Like I said, she's actually home right now preparing for work tonight. And I wanted to talk with her a little bit. So there you go. There's still this back here. And it's still
wait.
in the back.
Didn't he say his wife had a schedule change, though? Huh? Let's close this one up. Let's... What? Okay. Whatever.
Back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict.
Indeed. Oh, look at that. I caught it flush. Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into our fifth and final video of the broadcast after a short music break. I'll see you guys in just a second. Oh, Phil. I'm going to cut you up so good, Phil. I'm going to cut you up so good.
Disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, that's Sounds good to me.
Jack's
Let's
Raps.
hope, because you're going to have a little bit of problems on this one, Cat. You're going to have some problems. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the fifth and final video that's going to make up our broadcast. A very sad moment indeed, of course. Brought to us by Snort Burnell, DSP. I can't talk about my wife's shady past. I didn't steal my wife and running away from goji tanks. Because that's what Phil does. This video was published on March 20th of 2021. The link will be down in the description. Oh boy. Now we're coming off of these alleged allegations and turning our back on victims to now another heinous crime. Here we go.
With a $100 tip. Look at this. Oh, how delightful, huh? I don't know why people are joining those. Hopefully there's going to be more lobbies than just the one, you know? And by the way, why is there a lobby with 3 out of... I gotta look at this lobby. Let's take a look. These people are legitimately playing in a thing that says GSP hates blacks. Like, what are you, stupid? Why are they
That's
playing?
A great sound clip. That's a great sound clip. Let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. Holy shit.
These people are legitimately playing in a thing that says GSP hates blacks. Like, what are you, stupid? Why are they playing in there? Leave that room. And that's the good player. That's the player I want to play in Super Turbo. Why is he sitting in that lobby? Pig Boy Oink Oink doesn't care about anything but personal profits. That's fucked up.
Oh, that was bad. Ooh. Oh my god! Yeah, he's gonna get me here. Yep. That was stupid lag, man. That was so annoying. The lag screwed me up and, you know, messed up all my timing and everything. Oh, yeah, instant rematch? Cool. I'll play him again. Jesus. Oh my god! Oh! Son of a bitch. Can't block that. Yeah, I can't get my moves to come out. Great. That was thrust kick. Didn't do that, fucking stupid. I couldn't block again.
Wow.
Yeah, I give up.
First off, you see how good spacing fucks him up. 2, I don't know why he thought he was going to be able to do that spinning knuckle that close in front of E Honda's face and not get punished for it. He deserved that. He deserved that. And that's pattern gameplay by this dumbass, too. He always does that shit.
After that, I give up. I can't block any of his stuff whenever he's near mid-range or further away. I can't block anything he does. It's that laggy. Like, he's getting away with free hit after free hit.
My mouth's called spacing.
Salt.
Yeah, I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do. When you're playing in lag, you can't do anything about Vega like that. Especially without seeing. You need like a Shoryuken. You know, I don't have a Shoryuken.
Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this fucking idiot. Ruining the lobby. What a dumbass. Oh, good. This one's got the pig colt cucks. How nice. Well, I don't know why
sound clip too, but why didn't you say how Cat cheated on Jeff? Why didn't we get that one? That's hurtful. That's so hurtful.
Why would you play in lobbies with these fucking people? I'm a cult leader. I realize that what I say and do matters because people will listen and people will not only follow what I say and believe what I say.
I can't do anything about when he dies on the throws. It's too laggy for me to react. I can't attack. Nor can I escape his throw or do anything about the throw. Couldn't do anything. Dude! He just gets away with... Dude, I can't do anything!
So wait,
I can't do anything.
We can't break throws. We can't block normals. We can't do anything about jump-ins. We can't parry. Goji got him completely mind fucked up. Fuck the lag. Goji got him completely fucked up.
He's doing. It's too laggy for me to react to anything he's doing. Look, he's literally just walking up and going like this, pressing buttons. I can't do anything about it because his connection sucks so bad. It's pathetically bad. I can't parry, I can't block, and I can't tech his throws because my inputs are half a second delayed whenever I play that motherfucker. I hate playing that guy. I don't know. I really don't know why. He plays me every week. He wants to play me. It's fucking terrible. The connection's always terrible. We've never had a fun connection. Never. It's always laggy as shit. All right, let's go into this room.
He quit. He rage quit. Did you see that? He quit the lobby.
Here's the truth of the matter. I can't tell you the truth about certain things about my wife's past. I can't. It's fucked up, some of the stuff, I can't reveal it, but basically, like, the trolls always try to spin things
until
into a negative.
She ends up leaving your ass, and then you'll go ahead and put it all out there, clearly. I mean, granted, he already told us about how his Catherine didn't like Marvel movies because, allegedly, her ex forced her, keywords, forced her to watch them, or to watch them all the fucking time. Just throwing it out there. That's something he said. So, eventually, whatever it is that he knows, which more like he got it from Kiwi Farms anyway, eventually he'll use it against her, just like everybody else. Just like everybody else.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll take a situation where they don't know the truth of a situation, so immediately they make up the most ridiculous, over-the-top, nutty thing, conspiracy theory to say, when it's not true at all. And that's what they've done about my wife. Like, I don't want to tell you guys about my wife because there's stuff in her past that's messed up. There's stuff in her past that basically would be very hurtful to talk about again. The past is the past, you know what I mean? But some people are dickheads and they want to bring shit up that has nothing to do with the present. My wife's been living with me for what? 3 years? We've been married for 2? What the fuck does it matter about shit that used to happen a million years ago? That has nothing to do with today, nothing at all. But these idiots want to bring shit up like they think it's funny or something. It's not funny. But anyway,
actually, Phil, now that you bring that up, I wonder, were you concerned when you saw Catherine's police record? Was that something that bothered you? Just out of curiosity? Or the allegations of what her mother did to her? Did that bother you? Did you feel safe sleeping next to her at night? I'm not being a dick about this. I'm asking an honest question. Well, let's keep it moving, I guess.
I was saying, if my wife ever wanted to come out on the internet and say, here's the deal about how Phil and I met, and here's what was going on with that and everything, then we would. The thing is that basically it was some messed up stuff going on in her life.
No one really cares about how you guys met. It's more than likely she messaged you, just like Panda did, and then you guys went back and forth in Twitter DMs, more than likely. And then once you guys committed to being a thing, that would have been, I don't know. Not to say that I'm precise about stuff like this. What, June 1st of 2017? She ended up basically ghosting her Twitter account and Twitch and YouTube. But mainly Twitch. Like, Twitch was like the last bastion. And she gave that up. Matter of fact, I think she gave up on her YouTube and Twitch channel that same week. Huh. That's weird. That's weird. Also, Phil, another thing too, I think he already divulged this last year, I think. Like how you told us, Phil, that you had never spoken to Catherine at all the time that you guys were dating on the phone. You guys only spoke through text. That's weird. Why wouldn't you be able to pick up the phone and call her? Which is funny, Phil, that you admitted to doing that, because if I remember correctly, not to say that I would, of course, but Christmas of 2018, no, not Christmas 2018, because she moved in Christmas 2018. Christmas of 2017, because she moved in Valentine's Day of 2018. The day before Valentine's Day, I should say, I'm sorry. Christmas of 2017, didn't you say that you woke up and you called and talked to Catherine on the phone for a little while? You called her before you even called your parents. But then you divulged last year that you never actually spoken to Catherine on the phone the whole time you dated. Everything was through text. And then this is the same ass clown who says he doesn't see a problem. He doesn't see a reason to have to talk to anybody. Text messaging works just fine. Isn't that convenient? Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Happened to meet her during that time frame, and basically we connected because I also was going through really bad shit in my life at the time. And so it was like two people going through a really rough time, connecting, talking, being there for each other, and finding out that we had so much in common. And it just, you know what I mean? Like, it was a perfect connection.
So we were two desperate people that preyed upon each other's insecurities and vulnerabilities, and we came together as a couple. That sounds about right. That sounds about that's pretty clear. That's about square, I think. You had two desperate people who preyed on each other's vulnerabilities, and they came together as a couple. Or actually, it was just an arrangement. Phil needed someone to take care of her. She needed a fucking way out of Michigan, and she got it.
But anyway, the idiot trolls would just make shit up, completely making shit up.
Phil stole his wife from the ex. No, it never happened. You're a fucking idiot. How the fuck do you know what the hell was going on in her life at that time?
See, now you're hoping that we're ignorant to a situation. That's not the same as it didn't happen. It's how did you fucking know? Well, we know because Jeff confirmed it. Superman confirmed it. There's an Almighty Tevin video out there where Tevin actually had a chance to speak to the guy before the guy got ran off. And it's all pretty much laid out right there. The whole situation's pretty much crystal clear. So what do you mean, how do we know? Womp womp.
And when I met her, you don't know anything about that, and that's not the case at all. But so, I mean, they make up the dumbest shit just to cause drama, and then they have it as memes and shit over the years, and they keep talking about it. That's why every once in a while you guys are watching the stream, right? You see some dumbass like tonight, oh, I'm gonna do a fake sub to this, I'm gonna do a cheer in this name. Well, you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Yeah, it's stupid. They're talking about shit from like 4 or 5 years ago. It doesn't apply to today. Isn't even the case of what happened back then. But I'm not going to go out of my way to talk about my wife's private stuff. That's not my place to do that. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not my place to talk about her behind the scenes stuff and her stuff and her you know, there's been some messed up stuff that happened to her, man. You know, and it's really messed up how people treated her and stuff in the past. And I don't want to go there and talk about that on my streams. That's not my business. You know, so that's why you'll never hear me talk about Kat at any kind of like a serious capacity. If she ever wanted to talk about that stuff herself, by all means she could come on stream and do so. But she doesn't want to be on streams because she knows how immature these shitheads are. Why would she ever want to do that when you got people coming here with fake names, fake cheers, insulting her when she's not even here? So why the fuck would she ever come on the stream and actually talk about it? Think about it.
Well, how would she know that how would she know that people are fucking making fun of her and doing all that bullshit if she doesn't watch the content and you don't tell her about that type of stuff? How about that nonsense? Also, numbnuts, since we're already on the subject, you thought it's not your place to speak about your wife's past that's already publicly known anyway. Sorry. That's already publicly known anyway. But you felt it was your business to go ahead and air out your former fiance and her medical issues? You want to explain that to me? You want to go ahead and kind of square that up? You know what I'm saying? You'd like to give us some insight on how that was a thing? At Leanna's most vulnerable point, when she really needed you, right? Or she really needed someone, but they got a hold of your ass for decent reasons. You were on her emergency contact list. It is what it is. If you were so done with her, why didn't you just tell her to remove that? Oh, because you didn't think about it. And why didn't you think about it? Oh, because you haven't been in the workforce for over 10 plus years, so you wouldn't know jack shit about jack shit. Semantics. In any case, unlike you had your parents on your emergency contact list, so mommy and daddy could just go ahead and pick you up, give you a sippy cup, take you to McDonald's, get you a couple Happy Meals, and bring your ass home. You, on the other hand, ain't sat there and pulled Leanna clear across country, ripped her from her family to a position that she didn't have anybody else to contact. No one ever really wants to divulge that piece of detail, but whatever. Let's go ahead and try to be tactical about this for a minute. So you felt the need to go ahead and air out your fiance and her personal shit, like shit that she's been dealing with and she probably still deals with. You thought that you were justified in doing so because you guys weren't a couple no more, despite the fact that this chick was using your car to go to and from work and to fuck around with whoever the fuck she was fucking around with, and she was still coming home, cooking you meals, cleaning your house, and doing your laundry. But, oh, she didn't mean anything to me. We were already broken up, and yet she still found time to come home and take care of your ass. But that doesn't mean anything, right, Phil? And then that's why when she left, your bitch ass is on stream crying about how you can't cook meals for yourself. And how you're not feeling well because you're drinking yourself into stupors every fucking night. And how you're so depressed because you don't have someone to make meals for you anymore. I'll leave it there for now. We'll pick that up later. You guys have heard of the 5-second rule, right? Well, we have the 5 snorts rule over here. We got time to pick it up.
Popular at all on YouTube because he's a toxic fucking guy, but the guy's so dumb he doesn't even realize it. Like, he doesn't even realize the stuff he puts out is toxic, and he doesn't know why people don't like him. That's how ignorant the guy is.
Andre Lee to me $2. I don't mind trolling. Real life stuff is off limits. Right, and it's stupid. The stuff that they troll about has nothing to do with me or my streams or nothing. What does my wife's previous life before she even met me and stuff, what does that have to do with my streams? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Zero.
And so John's financial issues, what did that have to do with your content? How is that a thing? How is that an issue? How is T. Carter's death affecting your content in any type of way, shape, or form? How is that a thing? How is that a pressing issue? Something about.
I like it. Do. Wow. Can't move. It's too laggy. I can't walk forward, duck, do roundhouse, and cancel in a fireball. That's what you need to do. You go to mid-range, you walk up, low roundhouse, which has a good range, and cancel in a fireball. That pushes Guile back, and now he doesn't have the lockdown mid-range on you anymore. I can't even get it because the lag, I can't get that to come out.
There's the salt. The delicious salt. Oh, fuck this. No, I'm not fucking playing lag-ass Goji things. Fuck that shit. I'm out of there. I tap out of that one. I'm not wasting time playing him. It's seriously a waste of time playing that guy. And he's back. Jesus Christ. Fucking, I'm trying to get a room that's full. That way they can't join the room.
Phil, you know we're going to eventually get another Legends of Goji Tank video, right? You know that's going to eventually happen, right? You know Ludwig World Order is probably working on it behind the scenes, as you like to call it anyway. Just embrace it, sir. You know it was a great video. Just embrace it. I need to go over that video too.
There we go. Alright, now we're okay. Now we should be alright.
I did too early. Empty jump throw. Oh, he got over it! You gotta be shitting me! He got over the high fireball, another empty jump super. Empty jump super is incredibly good online, man. You can't do shit. You seriously can't do anything. It's because that innate delay of online play. Empty jump fucking super wins every time. It's so stupid. You can't get out of the way. You can't do anything.
It's salty as fuck. It's like pure salt. All you could taste was salt. You couldn't taste anything else. Well, I'm not staying in the lobby with Goji Tank, so I'm out of there. See, Goji, this is the problem. Goji Tanks keeps doing it too. He's following me on purpose to be a fucking asshole.
I don't know about you, but this prejudice against Goji Tanks can't stand. I don't like it. I really don't. I really, really don't. In the same way that Phil was like this against Evil AJ or Rugal Bernstein. Same shit. God damn, Phil. God damn. And in 2 separate games. It's bad enough to kind of fail at one thing, but to fail at 2 things, to fail at Super Turbo and Third Strike, wow. Just wow.
And his fucking connection is terrible. I don't want to play him. He's a fucking asshole for that. He knows the connection sucks. Oh my god, he's drinking gin. So, gotta leave again. The troll, again, someone drops. Fucking leaves an open spot and the troll gets in. Stupidity. Well, they got fight in their name. Hopefully they know how to fight. Oh, come the fuck on, Goji dick. Goji, lagger motherfucker. Laggy tanks. He should call himself Laggy Tanks. Fuck, man. He really should. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
We can sweep that! That's insane! Now I'm dizzy. Look at this nonsense! Oh my god, I just wanna know what his kick super is. Or does he even have one anymore? Maybe he doesn't have it anymore. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's 2 fireballs and kick. That's what I wanted to know, so anti-air grab. It's so broken. It's so broken. Seriously. This game sucks, dude. The hitbox is so fucking weird. I do a diving headbutt. He sweeps it. I'm in the air. He can sweep the diving headbutt. I'm in the air. And the game says there's a hitbox on the ground. This game fucking... I mean, Alpha 3 is terrible. That game is atrociously fucking bad. I can't believe people like that game in a competitive setting.
That's all just white noise. You know what I mean?
Blah, 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 blah.
Hey. Wow. What the fuck? Yo, this is the weirdest shit. They even weird. Like, I'm comboing him in the air.
Trying really hard. Nope, we're gonna keep that part up there. Trying real hard to get that scissor kick super art come out, which is really sad how he spams that shit. In any case, it's actually really sad seeing Charlie the way he is in Alpha, and then just thinking about how they fucked him up in Street Fighter V. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Oh well.
Aerial will recover and do a 2-hit combo to you. Even though you're the one who knocked him up there, he can recover before you and do a 2-hit combo. Alpha 3 is trash gameplay. It is like the worst Street Fighter out there. It absolutely is.
Alright, guys. I think that's enough for me. You don't want to see me, you know, crying like a fucking baby here. Oh. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.
Ah, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is the, that was the end of that. Give me a second to straighten up. We will go into the breakdown / the rundown / my final thoughts, and I will let you guys go on with your day, given the situation. Give me a few minutes, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Let's see here. Here we go. ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the breakdown. And first off and foremost, thank you very much, Snort Burnell. Very much appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get to it. So let's see. I need help on Ghosts and Goblins, because of course he does. Destroyed in Call of Gouty, because of course he would. And irritated, or very irritable, at a measly $25. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he appreciates every contribution that he gets, and contributions are not mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he would do that. That's very out of character. Very out of character. No 1v1 against Wings in Call of Duty. He should, but you know, he won't. It is what it is. He'd lose anyway, so it is what it is. I guess there's no point in you going ahead and getting your head blasted or blown off when you could really shoot yourself in the head. So I guess that makes sense, I suppose. If you are verified and give tips, your money is 100% mine. Well, I guess we beg to differ, ladies and gentlemen. Just like how Phil used to share his wife, and probably still does, actually. The money isn't actually his either. So verifying your account doesn't do jack shit. It doesn't make him immune from being charged back. It doesn't really do much of anything except for getting some type of leverage over you. A veil threat, if you will, a phantom snort. Shouldn't be anything that should be too surprising, I think. Let's see here. So that's that. Next one, retail rant. Whatever, make of that what you will. I think he's been out of pocket way too long to be speaking on that nonsense, and yet again we're just piggybacking off of Catherine and Panda's experiences, because that's what Phil does. Because why do the work when you can have Surf do it for you? Let's see, no mods chosen by votes is what it is. I haven't had Jin since last year. That's funny, because I think last year, outside him saying that he occasionally has a drink with Catherine, that he hasn't drunken much since Catherine moved in, because he cleaned up and found out the error of his ways. Even though he said he gave up mobile gaming, and that's not the case either. Oh well, especially since Catherine does it also. Jasper cameo, it's a good look for him. Jasper should have his own streams, I think. Make a whole lot more money. Whining and complaining for money until a whale shows up. What are you going to do about that? $111 in tips, and a rating with 0. Like I said, just because someone had a disagreement with you, you felt the need to fire them after you gave them a negative rating is one thing. Crying and complaining until a whale shows up and gives you money is not surprising. Him sitting back and valuing his Evo win over child abuse is interesting, but we'll delve into that at a later time and date. And let's see here. Oh, I can't talk about my wife's shady past. I didn't steal my wife. Well, the shady past thing it's actually kind of sad, to be honest with you. Her past is it's not very favorable. It really isn't. Being abused as a child by your parents, and then kind of taking part into some petty crime yourself is not actually a good look. Yet again, you could understand why she'd be desperate to get up out of Michigan, even though it seems that Subaru Man was a nice guy and so on and so forth. She kind of just wanted to be a shut-in and play video games all day. She might have been watching Phil for a very long time, and she saw something that she thought she could have herself. I don't know, but I don't think her experiences was as bad with Subaru Man as Phil tries to make it out to be. But I guess we'll never truly know about that. That is what that is. But the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Make of that what you will. I didn't steal my wife. Well, I don't know too many horse thieves that are proud to be horse thieves. So make of that what you will. And running away from Goji Tanks. It's a given. Goji Tanks has elevated himself through a very good strategy, great tactics, into up there with Evil AJ. I think that's something that is widely cemented and or accepted in the detractor community, and certainly in the detractor FGC. So I mean, he's paved the way. It just goes to show that you can have someone, as far as I know, I've never actually spoken to Goji Tanks, who doesn't seem to come from a tournament background as far as we know. who can elevate easily to the level of a former pro fighting game player, a former 4th place finisher at EVO, #1 ranked North American player in 2005, only to be bested by 3 Japanese players. But because they're Japanese, Phil doesn't feel the need to acknowledge that. So, you know, it's an interesting... Goji Tanks' rise has certainly been very, very interesting, to say the very least. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. At GTG Networking Productions, for the Snort Report and Snortbucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. I've been your host, /anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. Amazing. End of broadcast.